about to get underway. We started 4 days ago with 208 players. We are down to our final 6. The winner tonight taking well over 700,000 home with him. Well, there you see our chip leader is WPT champ Hoyt Corkins, going for his second WPT title tonight. Let's see if he can do it.
At this beautiful Beau Rivage in Biloxi, Mississippi. This is exciting, and the Andes are going to start at 3,000. Blinds are 10 and 20 here tonight, Mike. Let's go to the felt. Let's look at the cards. Jonathan Kantor. He is first to act. He's an oil man, and he quickly folds a 10-4. And now Jerry Van Strydonch is going to raise with his ace-7.
James Reed, owner of a roofing company, he lays down as well.
And now it's on Jared Jaffee from Brooklyn. Also going out now, it's Tyler Smith with an ace-5, and he's considering this.
He's only 23 years old, played 3 WPT events, made this final table 1 year ago. He's back again.
Well, he's not just going to call, he's going to bump it up. Makes it 247,000.
Incredible, Vince. He told us he's going to be more aggressive, not going to wait for cards this time around. Going to force the action. He's doing it right here on hand 1.
But here's the star at the table, Hoyt Corkins with a suited connector. Hoyt looking to take down his second WPT title, but he quickly folds.
247.
And back around to the original razor.
And Jerry goes out. Tyler Smith taking down the first pot. He's starting out in second chip position at this final table.
His family in the audience, Mom Donna.
So big, Tyler.
I thought you might think it was an accident.
I think it was still.
Tyler Smith is a young guy, lives around here, pretty close to here. He's a local pro at the casino in Biloxi, and he's going to get aggressive here tonight so far.
Finished 5th last year. He said he is looking to win tonight.
Right back to the table. First to act, Jerry Van Strydonch from Rochester, New York, an online pro. He quickly folds a king-jack.
James Reed, guy who got in here on a $500 satellite, out as well.
Now Jared Jaffee from Brooklyn. Went to law school, was a lawyer for 2 days, decided I've had enough of that. I'm going to become a poker professional. He's going to fold this hand.
Tyler Smith going to raise it up here, Vince, with just a queen-deuce offsuit. Makes it 52,000 to go.
Looking very ominous right behind him. Hoyt Corkins, the Alabama Cowboy. He's got ace-10 of diamonds.
Hoyt's not a guy you push around too easy, I can tell you that. He has an incredible track record at WPT final tables. It's his 6th appearance.
He's going to re-raise.
Oh, he comes right over the top for another 100,000. Just going to put pressure right back on the 23-year-old.
The oil man from Oklahoma has to fold. Back on Tyler Smith. He's only got queen deuce.
I want to do it bad, Hoyt.
Look at this. Tyler Smith says, oh, I'd like to shove on you. I think Hoyt's that strong, but you know, Tyler's going to lay it down. So chip leader Hoyt Corkins is going to take down that pot and extend his chip lead.
They want you to shove in here.
Who, me?
No, I mean all y'all do. You want me to take out a player, don't you?
We're going to find out if you're telling the truth on that one.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I could have folded.
And Hoyt is definitely the superstar at this table.
He's always wanting to gamble.
This is true.
Hoyt's track record at WPT final tables really impressive to me. He's finished 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and who knows what he's going to do tonight. Could he win yet again?
He's an intimidating figure, no doubt about it. Hoyt Corkins, our chip leader at this moment. Action's back on him. He has just a jack-7 of hearts.
And he's under the gun, going to let it go.
Likes to say he's a position player. Doesn't like his position, folds it.
Okay, Jonathan Kantor, the oil man out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. He's going to go out.
And now the online pro, Jerry Van Strydonch, once again goes out.
James Reed out as well.
So let's go to Mr. Brooklyn here. Jared Jaffee with a suited connector, 6-7 of diamonds.
The guy graduated from law school, passed the bar.
And then he had a job for 2 days and quit. He said, I like poker more, and here he is. I love that. Now he just calls, but Tyler Smith coming back over the top makes it 65 to call. And Jared's not going anywhere. We're going to see a flop tonight.
So here comes that flop. Queen 10-6 with 2 clubs. Jared out in front with the 2 6s right
Check.
now, but it goes check, check.
Yeah, they both check. Turn card, 3 of clubs. Action again on Jared with the 6s.
Check.
Then he's going to check again.
Check.
And again, Tyler checks, so we go to the river. The king comes off, so Jared's still out in front with the 2 6s.
Check.
Again, he's going to check. Oh, look at this. The youngster is going to make a bet here, Vince. This could be a very good bet because it's going to be tough to call with just 2 6s here. And the bet is 82,000.
Yep. Into the short-lived lawyer from New York. 2-day lawyer said, I like poker a lot more. I'm playing cards. Is this what you wish for, my friend?
Oh, boy.
I bet it is. What a call this would be.
Well, right now we're saying, geez, you're in the courtroom.
This would be the call of the day. But he is going to fold it. Nicely done by Tyler Smith, who shows his friends in the crowd.
Well, that shows the acey-deucey that he had nothing and just bluffed the guy out.
Doesn't have to show the table. He laughs in their faces.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
But look at this. Mr. Brooklyn has picked up aces. Jaffee.
Oh, boy. This is how you get promoted in the law firm, Vince. You pick up bullets.
Raise.
Oh boy, show tune's going off in your head right there. He's going to raise it to 58,000 to go. He's very loose tonight, Tyler Smith.
Oh boy, well Vince, he said he was going to force the action tonight, but look at this. He is getting out raising chips here with a Jack-4 spade, and he is not going to like it.
He's raised it to 165. Hoyt with just an ace-8. Cannot play with that. And Jonathan Kantor.
He's the oil man out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And his first WPT event, he goes out. Oh, and look at this.
Picking on me, huh? Picking on me?
Picking on me.
Oh, what about this lawyer, Vince?
Love that lying line.
Well, folks, this is why you stop being a lawyer and become a poker player. You pick up 2 aces. Your opponent comes over the top of you, and now you're going into drama school.
It's a tough world, isn't it there, Jared? Come on, just massage him. Just call it. Give me a thrill.
I'm gonna raise.
Oh, don't do it!
Oh, boy.
Don't blow him away. What are you afraid of, Mr. Brooklyn?
Come on.
How much more is it?
Oh, he's gone up over the top all in. Tyler's acting like...
How much more have you got here? He's got the Jack-4 here.
It's like 450, right? 500.
He's just showing off for the crowd here, Vince. That's for sure.
Maybe he's thinking maybe I'm priced in. I don't know.
Not priced in for another 600,000.
No, I'm not calling.
You can say that again.
Well, there you go. The lawyer taking down a pot. I should say the poker player now, Vince. He's quit being a lawyer to become a poker pro.
Only 28 years old. It's just so exciting, this game when it's going right. All right.
Oh, man.
All right, the next hand, Jerry Van Strydonch. Tough young pro, quickly folds.
And James Reed, the guy that got this tournament on a $500 satellite, throws his hand away.
And now back on Danny DeVito here. The actor Jaffee. This time with a decent Jack-10 offsuit.
Yeah, he just took down the last pot with 2 aces, so maybe he thinks he's on a little heater here. He's going to raise it up to 55,000.
His old nemesis behind him, Tyler Smith with just 9-7 going to re-raise.
This is unbelievable, Vince.
Isn't it?
You know, last year the guy didn't play a pot at this final table. This year doesn't look like he can throw a hand away.
Hoyt's going to throw that away.
Now back to the oil man. Jonathan Kantor looks at the 10 deuce. He's not going to play. So the same 2 guys battling it out yet again. The last round went to Jaffee. This round might go to him too if he would play this hand. Little does he know, however, that his Jack Eye is the best hand.
You win.
Well, he's going to lay it down. So the 23-year-old bluffing here to take it down, and again, showing his buddies in the audience a bluff.
Do you only show the crowd when you play against me?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's like 4 times now, but only against me.
I had aces yesterday when I showed.
It's not what my wife said.
Uh-oh, somebody dropped a dime on him there, Vince.
Your wife's lying to you.
She might be.
All right, the Andes are going up to 3,000 blinds, 12 and 24 now. Back on Jaffee, quickly folds a king jack, and now the very reckless Tyler Smith with an ace-7 of diamonds.
Yep, he's going to raise it to 60,000.
Yes, he is. Hoyt Corkins behind him, though, with a suited connector. He says he's a position player, doesn't like his position, and he folds.
Yeah, he's got the chip lead, just going to rest a little here. Now Jonathan Kantor has an ace-5 offsuit here.
Jonathan from Tulsa, Oklahoma says, I'm not playing this for the money. And usually that means he's playing for the money, but I kind of believe him this time. He's going to make a call with an ace-5. Jerry out. The roofing guy, James Reed, uneventful 8-4 goes out.
Jonathan Kantor's calling because the other guy's raised every single pot so far tonight, so you just can't put a guy in a hand every time. That flop is Jack 5 deuce. So with that flop, Jonathan has taken the lead, but Tyler is continuing to bet here on the Jack 5 deuce flop.
Cool.
Yeah, 115,000 with his ace high. Jonathan gonna call. We're going to the turn. Look at this, an ace hits.
Wow.
Big trouble card.
Check.
And now Tyler checks the 2 aces here.
Oil man getting the chips out. Bets 175,000 with his 2 pair.
Tyler in dire straits here. He was bluffing on the flop. Now he's hit 2 aces. He's checked, and his opponent has bet 115,000.
Very dangerous place he's in right now. Oil man's been playing pretty tight so far.
All in.
Wow.
I call.
Well, he's going all in.
Big mistake by Tyler.
Yep.
1 pair.
Yep.
You got a set?
Doesn't have a set, but he's got aces up. And you are in trouble.
Well, Tyler's going to have to catch a jack or a 7 to win this pot. Nothing else will do for him.
Big opportunity for the oil man from Oklahoma. Will his hand hold up? 1 card to go. Here it is.
Comes the river card. Well, it's a 9 of diamonds.
Yeah, Mr. Oil gets lucky. The oil is on fire in Biloxi.
So even though Tyler is not out of this tournament, he's down to about ante money right now, Vance. That was a big blow to the youngster right there.
Stay with us. We're coming back with more action here on the World Poker Tour.
Oh, a little kiss from the wife, and why not?
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
He's virtually going to have to play about any 2 cards that are dealt to him here because of his chip stack. He's moving all in with a 4 deuce offsuit. You can't pick up too much worse cards than that, but that shows you how short his stack is. He's moving in here because he's going to be in the big blind the next hand.
Wait behind him with ace-7. He's going to muck, though. Mr. Oil, Jonathan Kantor with a jack-8. Will he play ball? Nope, he goes out.
Jerry going out as well.
Boy, a fold would be nice.
Good luck.
Don't hold your breath.
James Reed is going to call this
What do I owe, 5?
with a queen-5.
5?
And Jaffee with a 4-3 in the big blind. Also calling, not going to raise.
Good luck, Tyler.
Well, Tyler has a chance to triple up here, but going to have to get very lucky to do it. See if that'll happen. Well, it's King 9-4. That's a good start for Tyler. He's tied for the lead right now with a pair of 4s.
Yes, he is. The other guys are going to check. Just seeing the turn is a 10 of hearts.
Well, again, it goes check, check. So Tyler's still tied with the 2 4s. But a 6 of spade on the river will give him a chop pot. He'll be happy to get that.
Got a 4.
Hope we chop it.
That's the best you can do is chop with it. And that's what's going to happen.
At first, he thought he got beat with
Chop
his
it up.
kicker, but he's excited now. He realizes he's going to split. Mom, Donna, also excited. The boy's going to stick around.
How is a 3 not better than a 2? I don't get it.
Well, it's not better because it doesn't come into play. You only play 5 cards in a poker hand. Both players are playing the 2 4s and the king 10-9. Well, Vince, even though Tyler has chopped this pot, he's still in dire straits.
Back to the money pit. Next hand we play, Hoyt Corkins first to act. The old Alabama Cowboy, WPT champion, peeks down in a king 8 offsuit.
Yep, not going to play that under the gun.
Mr. Oil from Tulsa also folding.
Down to the 24-year-old, the biological engineer from Cornell University. Now a poker pro. Has an ace queen. He's going to come in the pot for $55,000.
James Reed out. And now Jared. Look at this. He also has ace queen.
I raise.
He is going to come over top of the 24-year-old here.
155.
Yep, makes it 155. Now Tyler Smith with just Jack 3 is going to throw his chips in, trying to get lucky.
Well, Vince already had $24,000 invested in the big blind, so just going to gamble here and try to triple up.
I got a really big hand, but I guess you can't really be messing around.
Now Jerry, he's going to fold this.
Can I do you a favor, maybe?
Maybe.
So two-way action.
I just hope I got 2 live cards.
What'd you fold?
Ace queen.
Same hand.
Tyler said,
Good.
I hope I've got 2 live cards, and he does have that, so he's got his wish.
I'm live.
Now he's got to get lucky to win the pot.
Right now the lawyer is trying to put Tyler into bankruptcy. We will see if it works.
Nearly $300,000 in this pot, though, so if he can win this, Tyler could get right back in this thing, Vince. And the flop comes king 10-6. Tyler shaking his head no because now he sees a jack is not going to win the pot for him. That would give Jared a straight.
Worst flop imaginable.
So he's going to have to catch a 3 to win this pot. Could catch 2 runners to make a straight, but things looking very bad right now for the 23-year-old.
Quite dismal. Here comes the turn card. Can he get there? No, 4 spades.
Well, we are down to the river card, and if a local pro wants to stay alive in this tournament, he's going to have to catch a 3 on the river. Nothing else will do. Well, the board pairs 6s, so that's going to do it for Tyler Smith, who made this final table 1 year ago. Last year he was very tight. This year he was very loose. Next year, maybe he should do a compromise of the tight loose.
Nothing personal up here. I'm just being fun. Good game, good luck.
Entertaining, picks up close to 87,000. And just like that, we are down to 5.
I'm playing to win, so normally I'm either going to get 5th or 6th, or I'm going to win it. And this time I got 6th.
Big money at stake here at the Beau Rivage. We're coming back with more action in just a moment on the World Poker Tour. We're down to 5-handed action at the final table here, and James Reed, the roofer, he's got Jack 10.
Raise.
He's on the short stack, and he's going to raise with it.
He won a satellite months ago to get in this tournament. He's living the dream right now. Here he's raising with Jack 10, the lawyer from New York, Jared Jaffee, going out.
But now Hoyt Corkins also folding into Mr. Oil from Oklahoma, Jonathan Kantor.
Jonathan just doubled up. Going to sit this one out. Jerry Van Strydonch from Rochester, New York. Looks at a 10-6 of clubs. He's in the big blind. But he's going to gamble and make the call and play.
So we're going to see a flop.
Oh, Queen 10-6, a dream flop for Jerry as he flops 2 pair.
Try to trap. He's quickly checked it.
James has flopped 2nd pair. Your opponent checks to you. You're going to bet here for sure.
Oh, $100,000.
And this could spell doom for the roofing guy.
Jerry has dug the hole, put the twigs over it, waiting for the sucker to fall in, and he has, and a re-raise is going to happen.
He's not going to slow play advance in case his opponent has got queens and top pair and might hit his kicker or a straight draw or something.
There's James's wife, Nicole. Little does she know what a problem he has right here.
He's going to lay it down, save his remaining chips there.
What was the pocket cam, man?
10-6.
This is a first on the World Poker Tour. The man actually tells the truth what his hand was.
Yeah.
Didn't have to show it. Nicely done, Jerry.
5 players left, 2 from New York, 3 from the South.
All right, on we go. Action to Mr. Brooklyn, Jared Jaffee, 2-day lawyer.
He's out.
There's the Alabama Cowboy. He's going out.
Yep, and now Jonathan Kantor with the button and just a 10-4. Can't expect him to play it, and he doesn't.
So we're back to the 24-year-old from New York.
Oh, he's got a whopper. Ace King. He's putting the chips in, makes it 197.
He's just stacking him off right here.
Gonna try to break the roofer.
Oh, the roofer's gonna gamble here with a 10-6 of diamonds here for all his chips.
Yep, so if you could do it with that hand, I can do it maybe. There's Nicole, his wife, sweating her man on.
Well, Vince, they've got 4 children, 1 grandchild. He's just 37 years old.
And they're the Jerry Birds, yucking it up.
Hey, I got the nuts, brother. I got the stones. I can't lose with 10-6. Where do you play poker?
Well, see, that's the way they play in Georgia, Vince. You gotta love it. We gotta get down to Newnan, Georgia. Play some of those home games. And here comes the flop. Can the roofer get lucky? So far, so good. As it comes 6-5-3. The roofer has taken the lead.
Mr. Reed with a pair of 6s, and Jerry's going to have to catch an ace.
It's never easy, bud.
Well, Vince, right now he's still on the roof. Let's see if he can stay on it, or he's going to slide off and fall on the ground and be done.
He would like to tar and feather his man here. 2 more cards to come.
Oh, boy. Well, a 9 comes off, Vince. If he can dodge an ace or a king here, the message will be, don't mess with the roofer in rainy season.
Coming down to the river.
Let's see if we can catch an ace or king on.
Nicole getting excited here.
Jerry needs to catch an ace or a king to win the pot to eliminate him. It doesn't happen. A jack comes off. So there you go. A guy who got in this tournament on a little satellite months ago, living the dream, lives on.
Oh, the roofer nails his man with a 2x4. He's going to stick around. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour. Stay with us. Tour, 5 players remaining, and Hoyt is our chip leader. Out in front with about $2 million, and look at this. He has picked up a huge hand, pair of kings, just like that.
They can all say what they want to about Hoyt Corkins, but I can tell you one thing. He's the man to beat here tonight.
Makes it 55,000 to go into Jonathan Kantor from Oklahoma. Just has queen 9 mucks. Jerry also folding.
Around to James. He said he'd rather play with Hoyt than his wife. See if he wants to play this hand. Nope. Gonna lay it down.
Roofer folds, and the 2-day lawyer, Jared, can't play that. So Hoyt is gonna win this pot.
Nobody wants to mess with Hoyt.
I'd have messed with him if I had something to mess with.
Not quite getting the action you want when you have a pair of kings.
Hoyt, you see some stats on him right there. His 6 WPT final table. Has over $2.5 million in earnings. He'll move into the top 10 all-time money winners on the World Poker Tour if he could take this title tonight.
All right, to the next hand we go. Jonathan Kantor with a 9-8 quickly folds his hand. Okay, it's on Jerry from Rochester. He has an ace-9 this time. And he's going to raise with it. Makes it 58,000 to go. As the roofer looks down at an awful-looking 4-3. Quickly folds.
Hey, over to the 2-day lawyer.
Whoops, sorry.
In sloppy fashion, folds his hand, and Hoyt.
How many chips you start with, sir? 1.1 maybe?
Ask how many chips the kid's got. About half as many chips as Hoyt has. Hoyt's got the ace-8 of spade. He's in the big blind for 24,000.
If Hoyt had position on him, maybe he re-raises, but he says he's a position player. Doesn't like his position and just calls.
Let's see what happens. Well, flop comes queen 10-9. So Hoyt's got a good shot straight draw. He checks, and Jerry has got bottom pair, but he also checks.
Here's 4th Street. Deuce of hearts helps neither player. Back on Hoyt.
Well, Hoyt's going to check again. Jerry checks right behind him, and that tells me that he's not looking to clash with Hoyt right now, who's the chip leader. Now an ace comes off. So the youngsters now got aces up, but Hoyt might think his 2 aces is the best hand right here. The kid's checked a couple times in a row. Wouldn't think he'd check ace-king or ace-jack. Or ace in any pair that was on the board, but
Could spell a lot of trouble for Hoyt. He bets, and just a quick call. No consideration of a raise by Jerry.
well, a value bet by Hoyt there, but he's going to lose this pot to aces and 9s.
Very cautious play by Jared, not coming back. They respect this man, Hoyt Corkins. He puts the fear in you.
That was my cheapest way out. If I check it, he'll bet more.
Color is Hoyt?
You can't raise it.
No.
I could have the king jack with
Yeah, I
it.
know.
Well, the catfish are jumping as the cards keep flying here in Biloxi.
There's more to come from the WPT, so stick around.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
We're going to Jerry. Jerry quickly folding, and now it is on the roofer. James Reed, he's got a 5-7. Short stack, and look at this. He's getting his chips and he's putting them in.
Well, he's making a move right here, Vince. Just hoping nobody calls so he can pick up the blinds and antes. Oh, unfortunately, right behind him on the button, the two-day lawyer looks down at a pair of 8s.
How much?
Pretty decent hand in a 5-handed poker game, and he is pondering this decision.
Well, he's in 4th chip position right now out of the 5. The only guy he's got covered is the guy that moved in.
I call.
So he's going to make the call.
Hoyt out. Texas T with a king 8 won't play.
8s.
You're good.
You got a pair?
No.
Oh, then it's a flip.
No, I know you need.
Well, the lawyer thinks he's in a race. As it is, his opponent doesn't even have 1 over card.
The roofer has one leg run over by a forklift at this moment.
He's a baby. What do you got?
As his wife Nicole looks on.
She asked what you got, Vince.
It was 388,000 each.
Let's make it straight.
She's the greatest reader of all people. She should have known.
Come on, baby.
There's still hope. He's done it with slot before. He's stuck around. Can he do it again?
Gotta get lucky sometime.
Well, he's going to have to get very lucky to stay alive in this tournament. Otherwise, he'll be getting the bucket, the ladder, and heading back up to the rooftop.
You can put 5 clubs on the board.
He is 37 years old from Noonan, Georgia. A dream alive. Can he get it there?
Well, he got one of his cards. It's come ace, queen, 5.
5-7.
So the wife's smiling now. She knows if he catches a 5 or a 7, he could take the lead and win this pot. Well, the man from Brooklyn not happy about that flop. He wanted to shut him out completely, but that didn't happen. Here's a turn card. A 6 comes off.
Oh, God, that was close.
Right in the middle of what he needed.
7 or a 5, dealer.
He needs to get lucky.
Hey. Hey.
Will it happen here for James Reed? Here comes the river.
No. 4 hearts comes off. That's going to do it from the roofer from Noonan, Georgia. James Reed is going to be out in 5th place tonight.
Dream come true.
Ladder finally falling on the roofer. Going to take home $106,000. And just like that, we have 4 players remaining at Beau Rivage.
It's my wife. She got me here. Just card dead. You know, eventually you got to play something. So 10-6 and 7-5, unfortunately, were my 2 best hands today. If that tells you anything.
Okay, we've got 4 players left. WPT champ Hoyt Corkins, the old man from Oklahoma, Jonathan Kantor, the online pro, Jerry Van Strydonch, and the 2-day lawyer, Jaffee.
All for a quest of becoming the champion of the Southern Poker Championship. Coming right back for more on the World Poker Tour.
Certainly, Hoyt Corkins got to be the favorite.
All right, to the felt we go. Mr. Oil. Jonathan Kantor looks down at a king 3 of diamonds. Quickly folds his hand.
Over to the 24-year-old online pro out of Rochester, New York.
Yeah, he's gone out, and now Jaffee.
I call.
With ace 4, going to call it.
Well, he limped in out of the small blind with an ace high.
And Hoyt with a jack 3 is going to raise it.
Oh, Vince Hoyt thinks the guy limped in just trying to see a cheap flop. We never put him on an ace in this spot, so Hoyt is going to raise it. He's in position. He's got the chip lead. And his opponent has made the call. Here comes the flop. Well, it's king 10-8, 2 clubs, no help to either player. Action on the 2-day lawyer.
Check.
He's going to check, and here comes Hoyt reaching for chips with an absolute Garfunkel. And he's going to make the continuation bet of 80,000 here to put pressure on the lawyer. And Jared looking back to see if he could squeeze out a second ace somehow, but it's not there, Jared. He lays his hand down, so aggressive play by WPT champ Hoyt Corkins, taking down that pot.
Bullying me again, Hoyt.
See the paranoia of the New Yorker. Once again, you're picking on me.
Well, they can talk all they want to Hoyt. Nothing's going to faze this guy.
All right, into the next hand. Hoyt this time with an uneventful 10-4.
And he's going to throw it away. The man from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Set an 8-3 on the button. Gonna get out, so once again, a battle of the blinds.
Into Jerry.
Looks like an online Opie, doesn't he? Remember Opie from the Andy Griffith Show? He's grown up.
Well, he's called it. Jared not going to raise with Jack 6.
So here comes the flop. Oh, what a flop for Opie here. Ace 7-6. He's flop top and bottom pair. And he's leading right out and betting 35,000.
Into Jared, who got a piece of that pair of sixes.
Because the pot wasn't raised before the flop.
No raise.
Jared's not going to put him on an ace, so he's going to try to raise it to take it away from him with bottom pair here. That is not going to work.
120.
120,000 is the bet.
Train wreck before our very eyes.
Jerry knows it's possible he could be beat, but believe me, when you're playing against another blind and you flop top and bottom pair, your money is going in there, whether you're beat or not. In this case, Jared virtually almost drawing completely dead. He's got a 1% chance to win this pot. Got to come Jack. And indeed, Jerry's come over the top and raised it. And look at this. Jared has made this call, Vince, with just bottom pair. And that was a $175,000 call. And now what's going to happen if your opponent bets on the turn? What do you do with bottom pair? 5 of diamonds comes off. That is a scare card because it's a possible straight.
All in.
Doesn't scare Jerry too much. He moves all in with it.
Oh boy, another fine mess you got yourself into, Jared.
Boy,
no place to go and hide here.
Well, I'll tell you, Vince, in case he decides to make the call here with just the 2 6s, it'll be case closed for the lawyer. He is drawing completely dead. No card he can win the pot with. Vince, all he can beat is a complete stone bluff. Nothing else. Even if his opponent had an 8-9 and a straight draw, he made it. No way the two-day lawyer is calling this in my mind, but you never know.
Big problem for the New Yorker, and he finally gets it. He folds the hand.
Well, he does fold it. The judge says, overruled, my man. Give the pot to the youngster.
Pot for Jerry. 4 players remain here at Biloxi. We're coming back for more on the World Poker Tour. Handed poker, and the antes are going up to 4,000. Lines of 15 and 30,000.
WPT champ Hoyt Corkins came to this final table with the chip lead. He's still the chip leader. Let's see if he can go wire to wire to capture a second title.
Action on the 24-year-old out of Rochester. Quickly folds his hand. And now Jared Jaffee from New York. Also folding.
So it's a battle of the blinds here. Hoyt Corkins, our chip leader, reaching for raising chips here.
He's got a 10-3, but he likes his position.
Well, he went back to his stack for more chips. Not really allowed. This is what we call a string bet.
He didn't say anything.
Look at this. The
Let
oil
my hand
man
out
recognized that fact.
Didn't bring it back. I brought some chips.
Mr. Oil, very astute, noticing that.
But did I bring my hand back?
And they're going to discuss it right now.
But
should be 65,000.
When you bet in poker, you must announce the size of your bet or take all your chips out there in one motion. Look here. Hoyt put some chips out there, but now he's reaching back to get more chips. That's considering breaking your stack. It's not allowed because you might get a read off your opponent if he's thinking about playing or folding. Maybe you might want to bet a few more chips to get him out. That's the reason for the rule.
Mr. Oil spotted that, gets off cheap, does have an ace-6.
Let's see if it'll work for him. Flop comes King Jack 5, no help to either player. Hoyt now reaching for chips. He's going to make a continuation bet here. Looks like 110,000.
Yeah, going to try to steam through this hand.
Re-raise.
The oil man has absolutely nothing, Vince. We haven't seen any speed from him yet at this final table, yet he's raising here with just an ace high.
Just a good read by the oil man. Just thinking this guy's steaming. I don't believe him. I'm going to try to grab and steal this pot.
Well, 285,000 is the bet. And there's no way Hoyt's going to call. What he's thinking about is, if I move in on this guy, could he stand it? Well, the answer is no, he couldn't. But the question is, does Hoyt want to jeopardize his chips here? He's already mad at himself for making a string bet here. Does he want to compound his problems in case the guy has a hand?
Well, this cowboy's getting dragged by the stirrup right now. Not feeling too good.
Well, he is going to throw it away, but chalk one up to the oil man there, showing some aggressiveness to re-raise the chip leader with nothing.
There's his lovely wife on the rail. Very excited. Out pro the pro there.
You know, Jonathan's wife, Linda, flew in on the private jet this morning. Now, Vince, it's nice when you have a private jet where you don't have to call, check the airlines and the schedules, and if you can get to town in time, you just get on the jet and go.
So right here. All right, back to the table. Hoyt Corkins now going to squeeze a pair of jacks out of this one.
Yep, he's got the fish hooks, as we say. 2 jacks. Steaming a little bit from that last pot, so let's see what they do here. This time he's got a hand, and he is going to raise it again to 110,000.
Back into Jonathan, who's got a seductive little 6-7 diamond suited connector.
And he's also got the button. He's also got as many chips as Hoyt does now. So he's in position with a lot of chips. He's going to make the call.
Might to pour some more salt into Hoyt's wound.
Well, now the pot is swelling up here, Vince, and look at this. Jerry has picked up a pair of 8s out of the small blind. I'm certain he's at least going to call. The question is, do you call or come over the top here yourself? Well, Jerry's going to make the call also.
Into 2-day lawyer who's got a king queen.
That's a pretty good hand too.
I'm all in.
And he's going to go all in here.
Put it up.
Put it out there.
Well, Hoyt wants to know how much it is.
This could be a cowboy showdown.
Well, Vince, what the 2-day lawyer was thinking there was Hoyt might have just made a steam raise. These other guys didn't come over the top. They can't be that strong. He's just going to move in and try to pick up the pot, but it's not working. Hoyt Corkins has made the call.
He says, I've ridden bigger bulls before. Oil man's out, as is Jerry.
So here we go.
Looks like I'm going to need to get lucky.
You got ace king?
Well, we've got a race situation here.
You got a good chance.
Hoyt, well aware they're in a race situation, says you've got a good chance. He also knows that to win poker tournaments, you got to win races.
You got the suits too.
Who's going to get lucky here and win this one?
Cowboy getting out of his saddle.
What'd you fold, sir?
8s.
Boy, did you
8.
have, Jerry, what'd you have?
What'd you fold, sir?
He's also asking oil man.
It's not a hand teller.
But look at this, no response by him. This guy's very cagey.
Not by much.
Here we go with the flop.
Well, flop comes 7, 6, 3, and right now the oil man's sick. He's not involved in this pot. He would have flopped a top 2 pair. As it is, the lawyer's not happy either. He's got to catch a king or a queen to win the pot.
Yeah, the cowboy out in front with the jacks. Here comes the turn card.
Now the 4 diamonds comes on the turn. Now what that means is if a 5 comes off, they'd both make a 7 high straight and split this pot. The 2-day lawyer's life on the line. Gonna have to catch a king or a queen to win this pot. Otherwise, he'll be out in 4th place.
Can he get the suck out?
Nope, 9 of clubs comes off. So that's gonna do it for Jared Jaffee from Brooklyn, New York. Gonna be out tonight in 4th place.
That was a big effort. Gonna take home 135,000.
Yep, 3 players left fighting it out for this title.
Take it down, huh?
Thank you.
With that hand.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Hoyt has the chips. He's a chip leader, 2.9 million. Jonathan Cannon with 2.1. Jerry Van Strydonch with 1.2. The Annies are 4,000. Blinds 15 and 30. Let's go to the felt. Action on the cowboy. Hoyt Corkins. He picks up a pretty impressive ace-9.
Well, Hoyt certainly far and away the most experienced of these players left in this tournament. Here he's got an ace-9. Oh, that hand is favored over the random 2-card blind hand, so he's going to raise it here. Makes it 68,000 to go.
To Mr. Oil from Tulsa, Jonathan Kantor. He's got a 9-8, and he folds.
Now it's around to the 24-year-old. And let me add, this guy studied biological engineering at Cornell University. Pretty impressive stuff. He's going to make the call here with a Queen-7 offsuit. So he is gambling here with the chip leader. Just a little. Let's see what happens. Now flop comes ace-king-7. So the youngsters flop bottom pair. Hoyt has flopped top pair, and yet it's gone check, check. Hoyt did not bet his 2 aces there, and it may come back to bite him as the youngsters made 2 pair on the turn.
Oh,
Queens and 7s, and now has the lead.
Jerry checks again. Trying to trap here.
Well, Hoyt's now going to bet, just in case his opponent just made 2 queens or has some kind of straight draw. Little does he know, he now has the worst hand.
120,000 into Jerry.
He can just come right over the top of the guy, but maybe he's afraid Hoyt was slow playing on the flop by checking.
Will he come back over the top, make him pay for it, get him out? No, he's just going to cool call.
Well, he's just going to call with 2 pair. See what happens on the river here. I'm a little surprised he wouldn't raise there, but he didn't. 8 of spade comes off. Action on the youngster. Now look at this, Vince. He checked and called on the turn, and now all of a sudden he's going to lead out and bet on the river. 275,000. Now Hoyt's trying to figure this out. What is going on here? Guy didn't raise me on the turn. All of a sudden he's going to bet on the river. Now Hoyt's not liking the Vince, but this could very well be a curiosity call.
Very irritating if you're Hoyt right now. And if you look over his right shoulder, you'll see Hoyt's broke cowboy cousin in the background.
Oh boy. Well, 275,000. Hoyt's going to make the call. He's not going to like it.
I just went crazy.
Well, Hoyt said he went crazy. Not happy with the way he played that pot.
There's the Jerry birds right there.
Yeah, Hoyt didn't bet this hand on the flop when he hit the 2 aces, and then he paid off the 275,000 on the river, so he's not at all happy with the way he played that hand.
Good start here by Jerry. Taken down, at least in that hand, the great Hoyt Corkins.
Now action back on Hoyt. Again, he picks up ace high. This time an ace-5.
Don't anger this cowboy.
He certainly bungled the ace-9 a minute ago. Let's see what he's going to do here with the ace-5.
Blinds 15 and 30. We're playing fast here in Biloxi, and he's going to raise it. 72,000 to go.
72.
Now the action on the Oklahoma businessman, who says, if there's one thing I want you to know about me, it's that I'm not related to Rodney Dangerfield. Does look a little like him, doesn't he?
Something like that, and he folds.
So back to the youngster again. This time he's got the 98 holes. He's going to make the call. Why not? Just beat Hoyt a minute ago. Maybe he can do it again. Here he flops the open-end straight draw as it comes king 6-7. He's going to check. Hoyt again going to make the continuation bet.
80 grand.
Oh, and look at this. The youngster's getting out raising chips, Vince. Going to come right over the top with the open-end straight draw.
Say it ain't so, Mike, but it is.
Well, I like this bet by the youngster here. I like it because he's got a hand you could gamble with if you wanted to, but you're just trying to win it right here with a 9 high by coming over the top and raising.
He's putting the old lasso right around the cowboy's neck right now.
Well, but Hoyt is thinking now, and if I move in on this kid, how would he like that? Hoyt, expert at moving all in to take down pots, but does he want to do it here? And he bungled up the last pot. Not happy with the way he played this one. Just going to sit back and give another pot to the youngster. All got over $2 million in chips. You talk about a race to the finish. We are going to see it right here. Anybody's game.
All right. Play goes to Jonathan Kantor. Tulsa man, the businessman, and he is going to raise with just a 9-6 of hearts. Makes it 69,000.
Jerry's coming right over the top here with an ace-5.
Makes it 2:30 to go, but look at this. Cowboy Hoyt picks up the 8s.
Well, the pot's been raised and re-raised. He doesn't know if the oil man's got a real hand. It could come over the top yet again. So tough decision here with the mid pair for the Alabama Cowboy. Just going to get away from the hand.
I call.
And look at this. Jonathan's going to gamble here with the 9-6 of hearts.
Made the call.
Man, that's a $160,000 call. Just wants to see a flop with a 9-6 of hearts. Oh, what a flop for the youngster. Jerry has flopped top and bottom pair. He has got aces up. So what a re-raise he made right there with an ace-5 offsuit. And he's going to bet $285,000. Vince, the oil man, better be careful here, because if he makes a move now, he'll be hitting an oil slick or a dry oil well, one or the other. It would not be prudent on his part to try to make a move here, because Jerry is not going anywhere with aces up.
Jonathan said he's not in this tournament for the money. He's got enough money, he says. I'm here for the thrill of victory. He's made the lay down.
Show me one time.
We've heard that story before from other guys at the final table, but in this case, he told his wife to get on the private jet and come out and join him here this morning to watch him play at this final table. So I think he's telling the truth. I think the guy's got some dough.
All right. Jerry, very nice there. Was asked to show his hand. He showed it to Jonathan. True gentleman at the table. Here we go. It's on Jerry again. He's got a 4-7 of diamonds this time.
Yeah, he's going to raise with it. Makes it $60,000 to go, but that's not going to play with Hoyt here as he picks up an ace-queen. He comes right over the top of the youngster.
That makes it $240,000. Jonathan Canna with a pretty decent king-10 of hearts.
Vince, he just called to re-raise a minute ago with the 9-6 of hearts.
Cool.
And he's going to call $240,000 cold here with a king-10.
Yeah, Jerry quickly folded his hand, disgusted.
So here we go. Oh, and it comes king right on the flop. So the oil man striking oil on this flop as he hits top pair. Hoyt reaching for chips to make a continuation bet.
Yep, looks like 300,000.
The pot has over 550,000 in it, so Hoyt betting 300,000 here in hopes his man goes away.
And that is a good poker face right there as his wife Linda watches on. Question, do you raise? Just call. He just calls.
Puzzled why if you call a raise before the flop with that hand and hit that flop, you don't raise here, but now a 6 comes off. Well, here Hoyt wisely putting on the brakes and checking.
I'm all in.
Jonathan going all in with the top pair. Hoyt is profiling here for some reason, just wants his opponent to think he's got something, I guess.
How much you got there?
Oh, boy.
No chance he's going to call this with just ace-high, Vince.
Cowboy's just standing up in his stirrups, trying to look pretty.
This is just a tactical move to try to indicate to his opponents that he has a hand. And when you bet me, you know, be careful because you might get played with. When in fact, he can't beat anything but a stone bluff here. And why would the guy call on the stone bluff on the flop? So
Justin wants to see Mr. Oil sweat a little bit. He finally folds.
Yep, there you go. Jonathan Cantor taking down that pot, and with it, the chip lead.
And so far, he's got the pick on Hoyt Corkins. We're coming back as 3 players remain here on the World Poker Tour. Going way down, Hoyt Corkins down to about 1.3 million.
He came to this final table as the big chip leader, and now he sits in 3rd place with 3 players left.
Well, the action has happened. Jerry with a quick fold. Hoyt with King Jack has raised.
You can't blame him for raising with that hand in the small blind.
I call.
And Mr. Oil with ace-4 is going to call the 105. King Jack up against ace-4. We're flopping.
Now flop comes 9-8-7. This gives Hoyt a gut shot straight draw. A 10 would give him a straight, but he's going to make the continuation bet.
Raise.
120,000, and look at this. Jonathan is raising with that dangerous flop, Vince, with absolutely nothing but an ace-4 here. That's pretty impressive stuff here.
Well, he's going to try to manhandle the cowboy here. Good instincts.
295.
And look at this, putting the pressure on the cowboy.
Well, it is a lot of pressure too, Vince. Very difficult to call a raise here when you can only catch a 10 to probably win the pot.
Jonathan's wife Linda's sweating him on.
I tell you, if I ever put $1 out there in the pot, I'd lose it every single time.
Right now, Hoyt getting a little befuddled.
Whatever money I put in the pot is lost. And if y'all fold to me and the big blind give me a walk, I can win that one.
Moaning and groaning there. He's discouraged.
Jonathan Kantor taking down that pot, and here's his wife Linda in the audience.
Hopped on a plane this morning, got here about an hour before the tournament started. Of course I have to be here with my husband. This is a dream come true for him. He really enjoys the competitive nature, and he's learning so much. He said, I just keep learning. Every time I play with these guys, I just keep learning and keep learning.
She says he's learning and learning, but right now he's doing the teaching here, Vince. He is the main man at this table with the chip lead.
All right, back to this hand, Jerry. With an ace-king, gonna raise. Makes it 80,000 into Hoyt.
Well, Hoyt's played about every hand. This three-handed game has yet to win a pot, so he's going to set one out here as he folds the queen 3.
Into Jonathan. He's got a little suited connector, 4-5 of hearts.
Call.
He's going to speculate.
Vince, he's been very frisky so far. Playing short-handed here, no doubt about it. Calling raises, this time with a 5-4.
Let's go to the flop. Nice one for Jerry. Hits the kings.
Now it's come king 7-7.
Jonathan quickly checks, and he's going to try to disguise his hand. Jerry is. He checks as well.
And now the queen comes off. Well, will Jonathan take a stab at it? He doesn't hear as he checks. The youngster now is going to bet 110,000.
Got to come out of the bushes and get some money out of this.
Now Jonathan looking back at his hand. Jonathan, you have the 5-4 of hearts, my friend. Well, playing with his wedding ring. What does that mean?
Raise.
It means he raises, I guess.
Well, he may not have much of a hand, but he's got creativity. He's got guts. Not to be the best timing at this moment.
There you see the puzzled look by the youngster here. Now, even though you have ace-king in this spot, you're fearful your opponent has a 7 in his hand. He checked on the flop, and now he's checked raised you on the turn.
He's going to bump it up 270,000 in addition.
The old man might be taking an oil spill right here because Jerry beats him in the pot with the 2 kings. Well, an ace comes off. Well, the youngster now has aces and kings. Jonathan said, look, I took my stab at this pot. So he is virtually waving the flag right here. No way the youngster can lose.
Check.
But he checks on the river.
Ace king.
He said just ace king. Well, that's going to get the job done. So Jonathan picking the wrong time to raise right there.
Jerry Bird seemed very happy at that. All his buddies from Rochester, New York.
And with that pot, Jerry once again takes the chip lead. He's up to 2.7 million in chips. Majored in biological engineering at Cornell University. So a bright kid. And he is going to raise it on the button here, 80,000 with the 10-8 offsuit.
Hoyt Corkins quickly folding, but Jonathan wants revenge. He's got king 7, makes the call.
I bet you got to say these guys are playing. They're fighting for the pots for sure. Well, flop comes 10-9-4. Jerry's flop top pair here, but it's Jonathan who's reaching for chips to do the betting.
Starting to steam off here a little bit.
Well, Vince, he took a bluffing pill a minute ago. Certainly a playing pill because he's playing every hand in every pot now.
It's been 130.
Well, he's going to make the call.
To the discomfort of Jonathan Kantor. Turn card's a queen of spades.
Well, that's no help to either player. It does give Jonathan a gut shot straight draw. He checks.
Jerry gonna check behind him.
Well, deuce of diamonds comes off on the river. And look at this, Vince. Jonathan with just a king high is reaching for chips. 205,000, and there you see the disgust in Jerry's face right now, thinking his 2 tens are beat.
So weird.
Jonathan's gonna try to bully through the young guy.
He's afraid his opponent has queen jack, king queen, 2 pair.
Jack 10.
He's trying to figure out all the hands that can beat his 2 tens. But as we can see, Jonathan has absolutely nothing.
Like Jack 10, King 10.
Agony for the 24-year-old right now.
Terrible spot. I don't know if you've ever bluffed me.
Well, the interesting thing is the perception of Jonathan Kantor early on was so tight and solid. Perhaps this will work. Little do they know this guy has changed gears before our very eyes.
We talk about changing gears. He
gonna
has
work.
stripped gears, Vince. Certainly bluffs him there.
I'm using my 1 time.
You want to see it?
Only one time.
You want to see it?
My 1 time.
Oh!
Listen.
That just adds to the pain, doesn't it, Vince?
Salt in the wound there.
He made 1 bluff.
Will the bluffing continue here at Beau Rivage? We will see when we return on the World Poker Tour.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
To the table we go. Action on young Jerry, and he quickly folds. But now Hoyt Corkins with an ace deuce is going to raise.
Well, makes it 110,000 to go. Ace high figures to be the best hand against the big blind, but it's not in this case. The oil man struck oil again. 2 kings here.
A gigantic hand.
Raise.
And he announces raise. Well, Hoyt made it 110,000 to go. Let's see how much Jonathan's going to make it.
$275.
To the complete discomfort of Hoyt Corkins.
I'll tell you right now, Hoyt Corkins is going to feel like a punching bag. Certainly in this 3-handed game. He had the chip lead, and now he's down to a distant third. These guys have just been pounding on him. And Vince Hoyt's the kind of guy that liable to just make a stand and gamble here.
He's trying to get a reaction. He smiles, but he gets a snarl back from the oil guy.
Let's see if Hoyt can figure that out. He's smiling, but on the inside he's burning, I can tell you.
It just made me nervous.
I don't believe you can get nervous.
Well, when you raise with an ace and a baby card and the guy comes over the top of you, I can tell you folks, you don't like your hand. Now whether Hoyt's going to get stuff, well, he's not going to play it. He's flashing his card now, so obviously he's hitting the road, but he's letting his opponent know that, you know, I got a hand when I raise it.
Nice hand, sir.
Thank you.
I started to gamble with you.
It would have been interesting.
If I'd had ace jack, I'd been in there. I'd been in the center with both barrels.
Now, did you hear that?
Yep.
That ace jack had been in there. Maybe he's lucky he didn't have the ace jack there, Vince. He might have been out of here.
Okay, Andy's going up to 10,000. Blinds now 30 and 60,000. Actually going right back on Jonathan. And he's got a 10 deuce, quickly folds it.
Action on Jerry. Look at this, Vince.
Incredible.
2 kings, the very same hand that Jonathan had just a moment ago against Hoyt. This is unbelievable. Hoyt's running into all these hands, and this time he's got the ace jack. Now, a minute ago he said he'd be all in if he had that hand. And he's doing it here, Vince.
Call.
And he's quickly called by the youngster.
Wow.
Once again, Hoyt looking at a big duke.
Wow.
As the cards lie, the youngster about a 70% favorite to win this hand and eliminate Hoyt Corkins from this tournament.
And Jerry getting a little massage from a stranger in the audience.
Hoyt's dreams of capturing a second WPT title on the ropes right now.
He's got to sweat 5 cards to come. Here's the flop.
Well, it's come 9-8-8. So far, so good for the youngster. Hoyt's going to have to catch an ace to take the lead or 2 running cards to make a straight. Otherwise, he's going to be our 3rd place finisher.
2 cards to come. Here comes the turn. Can Hoyt get lucky?
Deuce.
Nope, 5 of hearts on the turn. Vince, we have a 2-time WPT champion named Barry Greenstein who wrote a book, Ace on the River.
Just come black.
No,
Just come black.
And right now, Hoyt Corkins has to catch an ace on the river or he's out in 3rd place.
Can the kid knock him out of this event? Coming down the river.
That's an ace, Vince. Look, the ace of diamonds pops off on the river to put the dagger in the heart of the 24-year-old. Hoyt Corkins lives on. He doubles
That's right.
Absolute miracle suck out for Hoyt Corkins. He's very pleased.
Oh, Vince, it's a hand like that. It gives the player the real Biloxi blues.
Crimea River. Okay, more exciting action coming up for Biloxi. We're coming right back.
Well, 3 players left fighting it out for this title. Our current chip leader is a businessman out of Oklahoma, Jonathan Kantor, with $2.5 million in chips. There you see Hoyt Corkins right on his tail with $2.4 million. In 3rd place, a 24-year-old youngster out of Rochester, New York. There you see him, Jerry Van Strydonch. He's got $1.3 million. Just took a horrible beat when he lost to an ace on the river for Hoyt to double up.
Okay, with King Queen, he's going to raise it. Makes it 120,000. Into Mr. Lucky Cowboy himself, Hoyt Corkins.
Well, Hoyt's only got an ace deuce, but that's enough for him to raise it up to 400,000. He said maybe I'll catch another ace on the river.
Oil goes out.
Man, you did that so quick.
Yeah, Vince.
Would have definitely called if you shoved.
Well, he said I definitely call if you shove. Maybe you should shove.
Jeez, you just did that so quick.
Well, with this hand, you're always afraid your opponent's got ace, king, or ace, queen, where you'd be dominated.
Show me if I fold.
Well, he was asked, would you show me if I fold?
Maybe I'll show him the deuce, Vince.
And a fold by Jerry.
You see one? Come on, just for that ace, just one.
You knew I had an ace.
Oh, he does show him the
Did you
ace.
beat that?
I couldn't beat that, but I could flip with a lot of it.
Very congenial.
We'll get it flipped.
He's feeling a little sorry for Jerry at that last suck out. Okay, this hand Jerry is quickly folded. Now Cowboy Hoyt with a 6-4 of hearts just calling. And Mr. Oil with an ace-6 not gonna raise.
Well, most people would raise when their opponent limped in like that. But not Jonathan. We'll see the flop here. Well, a good flop for Jonathan. It's come ace 9-3. But Hoyt's coming out and betting here. He's not putting his opponent on an ace. He's going to try to represent like he's got something. So he bet 75,000, and he's quickly called.
Yep, no raise, just a call.
Hoyt's got to hit 2 runners to win this pot. Well, there's one of them. A 4 comes off. Hoyt checks.
Yeah, he's going to slow down.
Well, the guy calls you on the flop. He must have something. There's Jonathan's wife, Linda. Very nervous about watching her man here. Well, he is going to bet here 100,000.
Yeah, he's going to make Hoyt pay for it if he wants to stick around.
Hoyt is making this call now. The only way you can make this call is if you specifically put your opponent on a pair of 3s. There's no other hand you can beat when he calls your bet on the flop.
We're trying to steal it, but it's better than that. He hits 3 of a kind.
He hits Colt 44s on the turn and river to gun down his opponent.
And he checks, and that's a mischeck there because he doesn't get the action behind him. He's going to be kicking himself about that, but he still takes down a nice pot.
Well, I agree, Vince. He missed a great opportunity to value bet right there. He knows it too right now. Probably kicking himself, and even though he got lucky and won that pot, he missed out on a value bet on the river, and pros hate to do that.
Yeah, trying to take a gamble with that, trying to make the big play, but it backfires. That's going to annoy him just a little bit. All right, to the next hand we go. Jerry now with a jack 5 of spades, and he quickly folds it.
But look at this. Hoyt now betting $2 million here.
Saying, I don't care anymore. after I misplayed that last one. Jonathan with not much, a 9-7 of clubs.
I call.
Wow, he has made the call, Vince, for all his money. $1.2 million with just a 9 high.
One of the most shocking calls I've seen in a long time.
You got the best hand. I was out of bounds on that one.
Not necessarily. Boy.
I think he wants to take that jet back to Oklahoma real fast. With that call, I just can't believe it.
I'm okay.
Well, Hoyt is ecstatic now to see he's got the best hand with the jack high. And there's Jonathan's wife, Linda. She's in shock.
I'll catch one of those two in the window.
How could my man put in $1.2 million with 9 high?
Not one of your two. I'll catch one of my two.
Good luck.
Well, I can still get lucky. We will see. Huge pot here. We're coming back with the conclusion of this hand in just a moment. A shocking call off by Jonathan Kantor with just 9-7. Cowboy Hoyt Corkins out in front with jack 6.
Well, it is shocking. Hoyt moved all in out of the small blind with jack 6 offsuit. Jonathan made the call for $1.2 million, all his money with a 9 high. Hoyt in shock. He's got the best hand with the jack high, but no longer. It's come ace, queen, 7.
Like he knew it was coming. Jonathan has picked up the 7s, and he's in front of the Cowboy.
Well, his wife can't believe it. She's holding her breath now to see if his hand can hold up. Well, a queen comes off.
Ace.
Hoyt hollering for an ace because that would give him a win as well as a jack.
Five of clubs. 5 of clubs.
Hoyt is
5 of
getting
clubs.
punchy.
5 of clubs.
Jonathan calling for the 5 of clubs.
Any 5.
All he needs is any card but an ace or a jack. Anything else will win it for him.
The Cowboy gets up from the saddle, stands up to look at the river.
Whoa, Hoyt bucked off the horse here as the 8 of hearts comes up on the river. Jonathan Kantor has doubled up here.
Wife Linda fainting in front of us. The crowd celebrating us.
Get up, honey, we're still alive here.
Here's the chip, buddy. Great call.
Look at Hoyt, cannot keep a straight face. Says great call with a smirk.
I've had nothing.
His dreams of becoming a multiple WPT champion just took a big hit right there. He's trying to get in that club. Daniel Negreanu, Carlos Mortensen, Barry Greenstein, Gus Hansen, and others belong to. But right now, he's got to work to do it.
Here we go for the next one. Hoyt chuckling it up. He folds his hand.
Well, with that hand, Jonathan Kantor is taking the chip lead, Vince. Unbelievable how this chip lead is seesawed back and forth between these 3 players.
120.
This time he's got jack 9. He's going to raise. Makes it 120,000.
Jerry's got him dominated. He's got queen 9. He does make the call, though. Flop comes 10, 8, 6. Both players with a straight draw. Jonathan has an open in straight draw. He checks, though. Jerry's going to make a bet here with a gut shot straight draw. He just has queen high, but he bets 175,000.
Yep, and Jonathan's not going anywhere. He's making the call. Jonathan open-ended. Jerry with a gut shot. Inside straight draw.
Deuce of diamonds comes off.
Check.
Doesn't help either player. And it goes check, check. So we're going to the river. 4 diamonds comes off. That also no help to either player.
No one gets there. Who has the guts to bet?
Jonathan is going to make a stab at this pot.
Yeah.
Wow, what a great bet he's making, Vince. He's going to win the pot by making a bet there.
Yeah.
Now, if he just disgustingly checked because he didn't hit his hand there, he lost that pot to the queen high.
He's got hard. He bet 375 and a quick buck by Jerry.
So Jonathan Kantor, our chip leader, trying to take home that title, carry it back to Oklahoma.
Action on this hand to Hoyt. He's got king, queen. He's getting the raising chips out. And putting them in.
He's going to bet 200,000.
Jonathan going to take a breather. Goes away. And now Jerry with a suited connector, 9, 8 of diamonds.
All in.
He says all in with it.
Well, he has gone all in here.
I call.
Let's not know Hoyt that well because Hoyt calls in this spot most of the time. He's done it here. And as the cards lie, Hoyt's about a 3-2 favorite to win this pot and eliminate the youngster from the tournament.
We'll see what happens here.
Jerry Bird a little confused there on the rail. Jerry's friends from New York
60-40 in it.
Well, the best hand hasn't won yet. Why start now?
Jerry's right about that part. Best hand has not won yet.
Non-ball! Yeah!
Let's see if it'll do it now. If so, we'll be down to heads-up play. Here comes the flop. 7-4 deuce.
No club. Red card.
Well, the youngster needs 2 cards to make it straight or to catch a 9 or an 8 to take the lead.
No club.
Let's see if he can do it.
10.
Desperate young man.
10.
I'll take a jack. Ace, that's a good card.
Ace of diamonds comes on the turn, so we are down to the river. Jerry must catch a 9 or an 8, otherwise he'll be our 3rd place finisher.
This is the guy that was 1 card away with his kings of eliminating Hoyt. Hoyt out-rivered him. Now can he do the same to him?
Well, 10 of diamonds comes on the river, so that's going to do it from the 24-year-old from Rochester, New York, Jerry Van Strydonch, is out in 3rd place.
196,000, but don't forget, he was rivered out. Otherwise, he's a massive chip leader. Got outdrawn by Hoyt Corkins with that ace, and this is how it goes.
Oh, man, 3rd place is pretty good when you start with 208 people, but once you get there, you want to win, for sure.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Action on Hoyt, and he's picked up the atom bombs, pair of aces on the very first hand.
Unbelievable. That will certainly help you take that step toward that second WPT title events. You pick up aces heads up, but he limped in on the button.
Try to play it slow.
And Jonathan says, okay, let's see a flop. Oh, and Jonathan has flopped top pair here. This could spell trouble for him.
Yes, he's going to check it.
Well, the slow play might have worked, Vince. His opponent has hit some of the flop. Hoyt's bet 75,000. Jonathan looks back at his hand. Hoyt staring him down intently as he watches his opponent make the call. So Hoyt out in front with the 2 aces, 8 of diamonds on the turn. And again, Jonathan checks the top pair. And again, Hoyt's going to reach for chips.
Yep, he's going to bet 225,000, trying to protect the aces.
Raise.
Look at this. Jonathan has check raised. Vince, he believes he's got the best hand with the 2 jacks. You're never going to put Hoyt on 2 aces here because he limped in on the button.
This could get very dangerous here.
650,000 is the bet.
Dangerous for Jonathan.
Well, that's the problem is when you don't raise pre-flop, your opponent can have any 2 cards. He could have 5s and 8s. He could have jacks and 5s. He could have a straight. He could have anything. And look at this. Hoyt is laying down the 2 aces, Vince.
What the?
Unbelievable.
I mean, even, yes, you don't know, but you're playing a heads-up action. You got aces.
Oh, look at the wonder cam, Vince. A 10 comes on the river. Hoyt Corkins would have lost that pot had he played it, but, well, as it was, he made the wrong play at the right time.
That is correct. Like he knew it was coming or something, but the blinds are going up to 40 and 80,000, and he's 10,000.
Well, they're about dead even in chips now, but Hoyt could have lost a lot with chips in that last pot.
Jonathan this time with a jack 3, and he's going to raise it. Makes it 175,000. Hoyt with queen 5, a little punchy from that last hand, going to fold.
How good would Jonathan be feeling if he saw his opponent folded the 2 aces the previous hand? Wow.
Yeah, he thinks the guy went out with an inferior hand. Little does he know what he did. Very interesting.
Action back on Hoyt Corkins. Well, here he looks down at the ace-3 offsuit. Well, here he's getting out raising chips, Vince. The guy wouldn't raise with 2 aces, so he's going to raise with the ace-3 offsuit. 190,000.
Well, and he's going to get a call by Jonathan with queen 8.
Oh, an ace right in the door for Hoyt. That's a nice one for him as it comes ace-10-9.
Jonathan quickly checks.
So Jonathan has a gut shot straight draw and a backdoor diamond flush draw, but Hoyt has the best hand with 2 aces. and he is going to bet 210,000.
Okay.
Jonathan's going to gamble, Vince. Going to try to catch that jack, trying to strike lightning. See if he can get it. Nope, 5 of clubs comes off.
Check.
Jonathan is checked here. You're sitting in Hoyt's seat and you're saying, that called me on the flop. I don't want to get check raised here. You hate to give a guy a free draw if he has a straight or a flush draw. But that's exactly the case. Hoyt is giving him a free draw to try to catch the jack. Well, the diamond does come off. Now, we know Jonathan doesn't have a diamond flush, but he's going to act like he's got it, Vince. He is reaching for betting chips right here. And he's going to bet 450,000 and put the WPT champ to the test.
Well, Jonathan doesn't have much, but he does have imagination and a lot of guts. And will it pay off? No, not to be. Hoyt's going to call him down.
He's going to win this pot.
I think you made a good call, Hoyt.
And take one step closer to capturing that second WPT title. Hoyt Corkins winning the pot with aces up. And Vince, he's moving in the right direction.
Cowboy last season, another out in front. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour. 40 and 80. Action this time to Jonathan Kantor. King 10 he has.
And he's going to limp in and call on the button. Hoyt has an ace-7.
I'm all in.
I call.
Hoyt is very famous for moving all in with an ace-high in this spot. He got called by the king high. So again, Jonathan up against it here. As the cards lie, Hoyt about a 3-2 favorite again. This time, if he wins the pot, he'll be our champion.
Wow. Jonathan up on his feet. Hoyt gets off his horse. The guys shake hands.
Good luck.
We got a showdown.
Bad luck deal.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
You're wishing the same.
Yeah, I want you to lose.
Yeah.
This hand.
I hope you win the next tournament you play in.
Well, I'll tell you, two really good guys going at it here, fighting for this title. Hoyt, of course, trying to become a multiple WPT champion. Not many guys have done it. He wants to join that elite club. Can he do it right here, right now?
5 cards to come. Here's the first 3.
Oh, an ace on the flop. Hoyt in great shape to take this title right here.
Not looking good.
His opponent has to catch 2 runners in a row to win this spot. 2 running clubs, 2 running cards to make a straight.
I'm in trouble.
Or 2 running cards that are a combination of a king and a 10.
Aces have been good for Hoyt Corkins so far tonight.
10 of clubs.
Will it continue?
10 of clubs.
Comes the turn card. Oh, the 8 of clubs comes off.
It's never easy.
Hoyt shaking his head, says it's never easy.
Never easy.
He knows that if Jonathan catches a club on the river,
Never easy.
he will win this pot and double up.
Oh, the pain.
Just make it black, and we'll figure it out.
That's one way of looking at it. We are going to the river.
Well, can Hoyt Corkins dodge a club to become a 2-time WPT champ?
Title
Yes.
on the line.
5 of hearts comes off. The Alabama Cowboy has done it. And I believe because he came to this final table with a big chip lead, is the reason he's our champion tonight. He had some shaky play in the middle. He went down, and he battled his way back to take this title.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
With 745 players, we are down to these 6 players. The winner tonight is going to take home nearly $1.8 million.
Oh, man, what a whopping prize pool. The biggest first place prize of the season. Andes are going to start at 10,000. Blinds 30 and 60,000. Let's go to the felt. Tree Wing, the venture capitalist, takes a peek at a 9-8. Quickly mucks. Now it's on the young restaurant manager. Raymond Dolan goes out, as does Mike Kamran.
Now we're around to our chip leader, Andras Koroknai from Hungary. He folds.
Yep, and now it's JC Moussa in the small blind, the tattooed man. He has raised it, made it 170,000 to go. And the one to beat is Gevork Kasabyan with a 7-5 of diamonds. He's going to make this call.
Here comes the flop. Jack 7-3. Action on JC. He quickly checks. Gevork has second pair. He's got a pair of sevens. He's going to bet 150,000.
And JC goes out.
So there you go.
Gevork Kasabyan, a poker professional for over 30 years. He's only 46 years old. Takes down our first pot here tonight.
Yeah, he plays local small tournaments right here around LA. He's done very well in those. He's stepping up to the big leagues tonight.
Yes, he is. The quick fold by Raymond Dolan.
Mike Kamran out as well.
And here comes Koroknai. He's got ace-5 of clubs. He's from Hungary, came out here with his buddies right there. They stayed at the beach for a month. They said, let's party, let's play some poker in Los Angeles. Maybe we'll get lucky. Little did he know.
What a story it is, no doubt about it. Got in this tournament on a $1,000 satellite.
He's made it 150,000 to go. JC Moussa out. Let's see what Dr. Gevork does here. There's a 4-5 junk hand. Goes out. So the only one to beat is Huynh. He's got a queen 10. Venture capitalist, not a professional player. He's making this call.
This Tree's first WPT event ever. Flop comes 5-4-3 with 2 spades, so Andras has flopped top pair and top kicker.
Quick check by Tree. And now Andras with the pair of 5s is going to bet 185,000 into Mr. Huynh.
Tree is staring him down here. Now he has absolutely nothing, so all he can be contemplating is possibly making some type of move on the guy.
Good poker face, though.
Opts to fold. So we've got an international flair at this final table tonight. Our chip leader, Andras, taking down that pot to increase his chip lead.
Did you already start bluffing me?
No.
He has 6 players remaining, going after close to 1.8 million here tonight at the Commerce Casino. Stay tuned. We'll come back with more action in just a moment. Looks down at a Jack 3. Quickly folds that.
Over to our chip leader, Andras.
Goes out. JC Moussa, the cash player, also folding. So now it's around to Gevork Kasabyan. He's got just a 3-2. From Hollywood, California.
Yeah, moved to the U.S. 22 years ago.
Make it reasonable. Thank you.
He bucks his hands, so battle of the blinds. Huynh now, looking at a 6-4.
130.
Yeah. Makes it 130,000 to go. But oh, that play is not going to work. As Raymond Dolan has picked up 2 bullets in the big blind. Just what you dream about.
A raise.
Youngest of 10 kids. What an exciting moment to pick up aces right now.
275.
I was just joking. You win.
No, he can't get the action he wanted, though. As Huynh folds. So nicely done by the 23-year-old Raymond Dolan, brother of Tim Pham.
Well, Tim Pham, one of the great poker players in the world. He's made 2 WPT final tables. He's here sweating his little brother in tonight.
Playing the nuts and
Everybody who plays wants to be the one playing, but you know, there's a different level of like excitement when it's one of your brothers in there. You know, he works hard. I mean, that's why he's got that good determination to play. He's a good kid. Hopefully, it'll pan out.
He's a good kid. And Tim's a good big brother, Vince, because he staked him in this tournament.
I love family. JC Moussa on this hand, quickly folding.
Man. Give your brother a call, Benny. Maybe he'll put you in next week.
Dr. Gevork going out. And now the venture capitalist Tree looks down to the awful-looking 8-3. But what is he up to here, Mike?
140.
Well, this amateur player is taking the bull by the horns here. He raised last time with a 6-4 offsuit. Now he's raising with an 8-3 offsuit.
Makes it 140. Quick fold by Raymond. Mike Kamran also out.
And to make a raise like that with this garbage hand against the chip leader in the big blind takes a lot of moxie.
And can he get the Hungarian beach boy out? Yes, he does. So nicely done by Huynh, the venture capitalist. Mike, I got to ask you, what is a venture capitalist?
Well, that's a guy that raises money to invest in business ventures, and he hopefully makes money for his partners.
Right, I'm going to start saying I'm one of those guys. Who knows the difference? Right now, in this next hand, Mike Kamran has gone all in on the short stack with just a 10-7 of diamonds.
Well, Vince, he's got to make a move here before long. At least he feels like he does. Give himself a shot here, so he's just making a move.
Yeah.
While he's got enough chips where perhaps he can scare everybody out.
Koroknai out, JC Moussa also out. Into Dr. Gevork. who has a pretty big ace-jack. By the way, he's not really a doctor. I just like saying that.
Mike Kamran right now is just saying, please go away. Let me just have the blinds and antes. I don't really want to have to get real lucky here to stay alive.
Well, he's made the call. Tree wing now with a king 10. He's out, as is Raymond Dolan.
So here we go. Mike Kamran's tournament life could be over here. We talked about finishing 7th at the Bay 101 tournament. He could finish 6th here at the LA Poker Classic unless he gets lucky here.
He's just taking a shot. He's on the short stack. Put it in, but he's up against a big hand, ace-jack.
There comes the flop. Let's come 8-9-5. So an open-end straight draw. Wow. For Mike Kamran. He can now win the pot with a jack or a 6. He'll take the lead with a 10 or a 7. And a 7 comes right off on the turn. Now, jack won't help Gevork anymore. He must catch an ace or a 10 to win this pot. That's all he can win with, an ace or a 10. See if he can do it. An ace on the river. Wow. Unbelievable. Oh. Well, heartbreak for Mike Kamran. Caught a dream card on the turn to take the lead.
Yeah, no, that's in the world, man.
Had to catch an ace or a 10 on the river, and he had a 10. So that's going to do it. From the Poker Pro out of LA, Mike Kamran going to be out tonight in 6th place.
Going to take home $246,000.
I have to make a stand. Got unlucky on the river. What can I say?
His hopes were up. He had the dream alive. Sucked out on the river. Stay tuned. We have 5 players remaining here at the Commerce Casino, and we're coming back for more action on the World Poker Tour.
4 out of these 5 remaining players got in this tournament by winning a $1,000 satellite. Only Raymond Dolan bought in for the $10,000. It was actually his brother Tim Fan that bought him in.
Going after close to $1.8 million. Let's go to the felt. JC Moussa with a quick fold. And now Gevork Kasabyan, the local pro out of Hollywood, California, also folding.
It's over to Tree. He looks down at ace-10. He's on the button. Obviously, this hand figures to be favorite against the 2 blind hands.
130.
And he's going to make it $130,000 to go.
Into the restaurateur, he goes out, and now Andras looking down at an ace-7.
Let's get the ace-7 offsuit. He's got the big chip lead.
Raise.
And he is going to raise it, Vince.
Yep.
He is not calling with the ace-7 offsuit. He is coming right over the top. Going to raise it another $230,000 more.
That is right. The Hungarian beach boy putting the pressure on Tree Wing.
And I can tell you, folks, if you're sitting in Tree seat right now, you're thinking, this ace-10 doesn't look so big anymore, especially when you're going up against the chip leader who could bust you out of this tournament if you opt to play this hand and lose it. It's just too much pressure against the chip leader. Tree opts to lay his hand down. And what a nice play by the Hungarian there.
With his buddies at Redondo Beach, California, renting the beach house.
I actually folded a real hand there.
What a story this is.
It is.
And he got in this tournament by winning a $1,000 satellite. That would be able to buy that beach house if he wins this tournament.
Well, he's very aggressive, but back to this hand. Raymond Dolan quickly folds. And back to the Hungarian, who just has a 7-4, also going away.
Over to JC Moussa. Well, he looks down at ace-9 on the button, so he's in position. It's a hand that most pros would raise with, certainly, in this situation. JC doing just that. Makes it $135,000 to go.
Gevork will lay down his hand, and now Tree Wing picking up the sometimes ominous ace-queen.
My hand's so big, I have no idea how much to raise. Hold on. Let me figure it out. 375.
Well, he's going to make it $375,000 to go. Usually when people have big hands, they don't make that kind of speech.
Well, this could spell a little trouble here for the cash game pro JC Moussa.
Well, the big question is, does JC believe him or not? We've seen how aggressive that Tree has been so far at this final table, just raising on junk all the time, and he doesn't believe him, Vince. He's moved all in on him.
Yep, short stacked, he's going to push.
I need some help here, buddy.
Huynh is going to make him talk.
Show me your hand. I'll tell you. Pretty honest guy.
Well, Vance Tree laid his hand down a minute ago when the chip leader came over the top of him. Now it's the short stack that's come over the top of him.
It's good karma. I raised to show you had a big hand.
And then I re-raised it to show you that I had a bigger hand.
Yeah, but you lie a lot.
Oh, it's coming back to bite me.
JC Moussa would like to see Huynh wing his cards right into the muck.
I think we're coin flipping here.
Maybe.
Never been so wrong. You're way out in front.
Tree's going to make the call. This could spell doom for JC Moussa here.
What took you so long?
Big difference in prize money between 5th place and 1st, over $1.4 million. So a lot on the line right now for JC Moussa.
Flop comes up 10-6 deuce. No help for JC Moussa.
JC's going to have to catch a 9 to take the lead. 2 running cards to make it straight.
Here comes the turn card.
Well, King of Hearts. Now that eliminates one of the outs for JC there. The 9 of Hearts will not win the pot for him now. So he's got to catch one of the other 2 9s. Otherwise, he's going to be out in 5th place.
Going down to the river. Can JC get
5 of Hearts. So Tree has made a heart flush. He is going to win this pot.
So no luck for the cash game player, JC Moussa, out in 5th place, picking up $321,000. Guess he can afford to get that other arm inked up.
I thought I actually had the best hand when he took so long to call that his size hand.
We are down to 4 players at the LA Poker Classic. We'll come back with more action on the World Poker Tour.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Well, there you can see our chip leader is the Hungarian Andras Koroknai. He's got 5.3 million in chips. The venture capitalist from Canada, Tree Huynh, in 2nd place with 3.5 million. Raymond Dolan in 3rd place, 3.3 million. And in 4th place, Gevork Kasabyan, 2.6 million.
All right, to the action we go. Andras Koroknai now with a pair of 9s, first to act. He's going to raise it, makes it 150,000 to go. Into Dr. Gevork, who quickly folds. The wingman with a king 6. Also going out.
Now Raymond Dolan looks down at ace queen out of the big blind. Pretty big hand in a 4-handed poker game.
All right.
Now he announces raise.
There's Raymond Brothers, famous Tim fan.
The truly great all-around poker players in the world.
Well, Dolan's going up. He's going to make it 325,000 back into the Hungarian Beach Boy.
Cool.
Well, he's been called. So over 700,000 in the pot right now. And the flop is queen 3 deuce, a dream flop right there for Raymond Dolan as he's flopped top pair with top kicker.
He's first to act. He's put the chips out there. 385,000.
Now if you're sitting in Andras' seat, you're saying to yourself, is this guy just making a continuation bet? I'm going to call him with my 2 9s and find out.
Got to keep him honest. Here comes the turn card. This could get expensive.
Well, now the board pairs deuces. Action back on Raymond. Well, he's reaching for more chips, and you can't blame him.
Yeah, an additional, looks like 550.
Now, once again, you're sitting in Andras' seat, and you're saying, does this guy really have my 2 9s beat? Does he have a flush draw?
He's not going anywhere. He's making this call.
Is he just making another move? Does he think I have a flush draw? Well, now an ace comes off. So Raymond now has the top 2 pair. And even though his hand's improved, I'm not sure the value of his hand has improved because his opponent might fear he's got an ace high in his hand.
Yep, he's going to put out heavy money. $880,000. The manager of the family restaurant, Raymond Dolan. By the way, the restaurant, the name of it is Com Tom Phom Cow Ray's.
Just say a Vietnamese restaurant, please.
Okay.
Meantime, all Andras can beat right now, after a third bet by Raymond, is just a stone cold bluff. Now, do you want to gamble another $880,000 if the guy's just bluffing you? He's got to be thinking to himself, would the guy really fire on the flop, fire on the turn, and fire on the river if he had nothing? He lays down the 2 nines, a good laydown finally by Andras, but it took him a while to get there. There you see Tim Fan and the brothers all cheering for their man. The youngest of 10 brothers and sisters, Raymond Dolan, takes down that pot.
Yeah.
Well, Vince, we have come down to crunch time in this tournament. I'm talking about crunch time because it's big money now for all these guys. The next guy gets $450,000. Runner-up gets over $1 million. Winner gets nearly $1.8 million. We are talking about mega bucks now, folks.
Well, this tournament's going to make 2 new WPT Poker-Made millionaires tonight.
That's for sure.
Let's go back to the felt. Right back on Raymond. Things are going his way. Quickly folds. But the Hungarian beach boy, Andras Koroknai, stares down at an ace-jack. Gonna try to shake off that last hand.
Just got burned a minute ago with 2 nines.
But he's going to stick out the chips, makes it $145,000. Dr. Gevork. He's not a doctor, I just like saying that. He's got a king 8 of spades.
Well, Vince, what's happened is he's just sitting back, and these guys seemingly are playing every pot, raising almost every pot. He's finally going to make a stand here with the king 8 of spades. Yeah. He's going to call him.
Now Tree Wing with just a queen 3 of diamonds. Look at this. He's going to try to steal this.
Well, he's putting on what we call a squeeze play. One guy raises, the next guy calls. Now he's going to come over the top.
Makes it $500,000 to go. Back on the Hungarian. Andras considering this.
All in.
Wow, he has gone all in with an ace-jack.
Dr. Gevork quickly folding.
Vince, he's gone all in against a guy that's got $3.3 million in chips.
Oh, don't worry. I fold.
Tree Wing, sickened by that, says he has to fold.
Well, Vince, what action we're seeing here at the Commerce tonight.
The tree was chopped down right there. Stay tuned. We're coming back with more exciting action here on the World Poker Tour. A Poker Classic where 4 players remain, and the blinds are going up to 40 and 80,000.
Current chip leader is Raymond Dolan with over $5 million in chips. So what's astonishing to me that as much prize money is at stake here for these guys, they are not holding back. They are all really gambling it up here right now.
All right, to the pit we go. Dr. Gevork quickly folding his hand. Tree Wing now with just a 10 deuce, but he does not care. He's going to bump it up.
Well, Vince, I'm astonished how aggressive Tree has been here. He's the amateur at the table, venture capitalist, but he is playing boldly here at this final table tonight.
Makes it 160, and right behind him, restaurant manager Raymond going out.
Over to Andras. He just has a 7-5 offsuit, but the raise was just the minimum raise from the 80,000 big blind to 160,000. So with 320,000 in there, Andras feels like he's getting a good price to make the call for 80,000 more. And the flop comes Jack 10-6, all diamonds.
Tree Wing gets a piece of that pair of 10s. The Hungarian checks first.
Tree checks also with 2 10s and a flush draw.
4 spades on the turn.
Now Andras has an open in straight draw and a bigger flush draw.
And he's coming out to bet. 235.
And if you're Tree, you're saying, well, I've got a pair of 10s here, but in case that's no good, I've also got a flush draw.
Well, he's called it. We're going down to the river.
Sometimes you don't know what to wish for on the river. A diamond is not it right now.
They both hit their flushes.
Andras, believe it or not, has the biggest flush with the 5 of diamonds.
But he's going to check it. Wing, no shenanigans, checks as well.
And flush.
And a wise check by Tree. Andras Koroknai is going to take it down.
To the delight of the Hungarian Beach Boys. Came out from Hungary, rented a beach house in Redondo Beach, California, and they've been partying ever since.
These guys came to town for a vacation, decided to play a little poker at the Commerce, played a satellite, got in, could take down this tournament.
Okay, next hand, Raymond Dolan with a 9-7. The restaurant manager, only 23 years old. By the way, how do you become the manager if you have 9 brothers and sisters? Wouldn't you be doing the dishes instead?
Well, that's what you were doing at 14 and 15 and 16. Now you've been there a long time, so you move up to manager.
All right, well, he likes his hand here a little bit. He's going to raise with a 9-7, makes it 200,000. Behind him, Andras with a king-jack, though.
Yeah, he's got Kojak.
And he's going to stick out more chips, makes it 550,000. Dr. Gevork going out.
Doesn't just call with the king-jack, comes right over the top with it for another 350,000.
Raymond calls.
He wants to see a flop. He's in position on the guy. He's got more chips than the guy. So let's see if he can get lucky on the flop. Here it comes. What's come? Ace, Jack, 7 with 2 spades. So Andras has flopped second pair.
And he's first to act, and he's going to get aggressive. He's going to put more chips out there. 675,000. Just like that.
Well, Raymond's got bottom pair. He's also got a backdoor flush and a backdoor straight draw, but right now just has 2 7s. His brother Tim sitting there saying, be careful here, be careful.
Yeah, this is a good muck. He gets away.
But what aggression we're seeing by Andras. He said he believes in aggressive play like all the good European players, and that's his style.
Well, he's now the chip leader again. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour. Stay with us. What is he talking about?
Well, Vince, his plan is very simple. Just keep firing at the pots. That's his plan. He's got no other plan that I've seen, but give him credit for that. He is not afraid to put his chips out there.
He's a tough player. Back to the felt we go. Andras with a quick fold. And now Dr. Gevork with a king-jack with the button. He's going to raise.
He's going to be feeling left out of the action here so far.
Yeah,
he's finally going to get in it and raise with a king-jack.
Makes it 175 to go.
He looks down at a nonchalant 6 deuce.
500.
But he's going to come over the top, make it 500,000 to go. This guy is unbelievable.
He really is. Raymond Dolan going out, so it's back on Dr. Gevork.
You can just see the frustration in his face. His face is actually turning red here out of aggravation. The way these guys are gambling it up here at this final table. He's going to make the call and look at a flop, though.
King-jack versus 6 deuce. Here we go.
Here comes the flop. Well, it's 9-5 deuce with 2 diamonds, so Tria's flop bottom pair here.
No luck for Dr. Gevork. And Tree is first to act.
Well, you re-raise with a 6 deuce. You hit bottom pair. What do you do now?
How much do you have left, George?
I don't think you put your opponent on a big pair here because he didn't raise you back before the flop. So maybe you just put him on 2 big cards like he's got.
There's Dr. Gevork's family in the audience. He's a local, tough professional.
All in.
But Tree is going to go all in with this.
Unbelievable.
Oh.
Just a great bet here by Tree. No way he can get called by Gevork. The aggravation and frustration continues for Gevork at this final table.
Oh, boy. He's finally going to muck his hand. It's like Dr. Gevork would just like to exterminate himself here. Just can't make anything happen.
That's it.
Big hand, man. Big hand. I was just afraid you might suck on
Vance,
me.
what about this venture capitalist from Canada? This guy is an amateur player, got in this tournament on a $1,000 satellite. The venture capitalist he's risked for this tournament is going to prove to be very worthwhile wherever he finishes.
Back to Raymond Dolan's hand. This time he's going to squeeze a 10-7, elects to fold. And now the Hungarian beach boy, Andras with a king-10.
Well, another guy that's a very aggressive player. And he's going to fire it up here. Makes it 180,000 to go. Gevork wings his cards back into the muck.
Now Mr. Wing with a jack-9.
Does he know that you're allowed to fold? You know?
He's impressive.
He has just come to play.
No, he doesn't know that concept. He's called it. Let's see if he gets lucky. Flop is 9-7-4, all hearts. Tree wing with the nines. Tree checked it. And now Andras with nothing hitting there. He's gonna make the continuation bet, 285.
Tree's got the kind of hand that most people are just going to check raise right here with this hand. You've got top pair and a flush draw.
But no, he's just going to call it.
And now the deuce of hearts comes off. So he has the best hand with the flush. Has his opponent drawing dead, but I'm sure he doesn't know that. See what he's going to do here with the jack high flush. He's going to check.
Hungarian gets none of that, but he's riffling chips. Does he dare?
Well, the ever aggressive Hungarian looks like he's going to fire again, Vince.
Oh!
Well, he's fired shell number 2 here. Bluffing this pot, 480,000 this time.
Just hoping against hope that Huynh has no heart and will disappear into the night.
Now, you might be saying, well, there's only 3 cards can beat him, the ace, king, or queen of hearts, but if you're sitting there with a jack high flush, you're saying, what else could this guy be betting but a big heart?
480. 480.
He's either bluffing or he's got me dead.
He's making this call.
Well, what a great call by Tree here. Just reading Andras as a bluffer. And now the queen of diamonds comes off. So nothing has changed. Tree has the best hand with the jack high flush, but let's see what's going to happen on this street.
Tree is going to check again. Say it ain't so.
Unbelievable.
He's going to load up again.
The European is going for another load of chips, it looks like. He is going to fire a 3rd shell at this pot on a bluff. Forget the shell, it's artillery here, over $1 million bet.
This incredible heart by Andras, the Hungarian. But this is not an easy call by Tree. What will he do?
Very tough call to make, Vince. More than half the chips he's got left.
Call.
And he is going to make the call.
Do it.
Well, Andras had just folded his hand as soon as he said call. Talk about Hart making the bet. What about Hart making the call with the jack high flush?
I don't have to show, right?
Tree says, do I have to show mine?
The guy mucked his cards. The answer is no.
But that is the call of the night. So well done by Tree Huynh. To Tree or not to Tree, he has the answer. Big pot for Tree. 4 players remaining here on the World Poker Tour, and we're coming back for more.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Biggest and the best. A lot of fun here, but right now the guys that are having fun are guys that are going after the millions here tonight. Let's go back down to the table, see what happens next.
Well, 2 of these 4 players will become poker-made millionaires tonight. The winner taking home nearly 1.8 million. The runner-up getting also over $1 million.
Action on the 23-year-old Raymond Dolan. Peeks down at a jack-9.
He's under the gun, meaning he's first to speak. Just has a jack-9 offsuit, but looks like he's going to play this hand, Vince. Indeed he is. Comes out betting 200,000.
Into the Hungarian. Quickly folds his hand, and now Dr. Gevork with a king-10 of spades.
Well, he's just seeing these guys raise all the time, so he's finally going to make a stand and see a flop here with the king-10 of spades.
Doesn't raise. Let's face it, the man's tighter than the back seat of a Yugo.
Tree amazingly goes out in rare times. And the flop comes queen, 4 deuce with 2 diamonds. No help to either player.
Check.
Gevork checks. Looks like Raymond's going to make the continuation bet. 220,000.
Oh boy.
That's going to get the job done most likely. You can just see the frustration on Gevork's face here.
can't make anything happen. We're all picking on him, and he goes out.
Right now, he's got to feel like a pinata, Vince, the way they're all hitting on him all the time here, looks like. But there's a case where the guy that's leading out and doing the betting has the advantage, because most likely your opponent's not going to hit the flop. When he doesn't hit it, if you bet, tough for him to call. That was the case right there.
All right, the venture capitalist going out on this hand. And now Raymond also folding. And Andras looks down to a queen jack.
All in.
Well, he's going all in.
Oh, wow.
More frustration for Gevork. Not only does he not pick up a hand, his opponents are moving in on him now. Of course, there is no defense against the all-in bet. You have to have a hand to play against it. Doesn't matter who you are.
Right out of the gate, Andras now, the Hungarian, picking up a pair of sevens.
He's got the two walking sticks, as we say. There's the Hungarian beach club, as you like to call them.
And Andras has raised to 180. Dr. Gevork out.
The tree wing has picked up a pair of fives. Better be a little careful here. He's been very, very aggressive so far. And usually aggressive with very bad hands. Here he's got a pair, but just opts to call.
Into Raymond. Just got a jack 8.
I feel like he's priced in right now. It cost him $100,000 to call, but there's $480,000 in the pot. So he's getting a good price to call. He does so, and we have three-way action.
Yep. The kid's going to speculate, and it's going to pay off. He hit a pair of 8s right there.
It's come 8, 6, 3. Action is on tree right now. He's going to check his 2 5s.
Raymond also checking.
Now he's checking to the ever-aggressive Hungarian. But if I was sitting in Andras' seat right now and had a pair of 7s and my opponent's checked me with this board, I would bet. I think 2 7s are probably the best hand here, the way the betting's gone.
Well, he's betting 300,000. Now tree wing with the pair of 5s.
Well, tough decision for Tree. He's seen this guy bluff time and time again. Is he just making a continuation bet? Well, perhaps because there's 3 players in the pot, he's going to get away from his hand, and a good laydown by Tree there.
There's Raymond's family, Tim Fan and brother.
A raise.
And he's going to raise. Do what your bro said to do.
He's flop top pair, so he's just check raising here.
Trap your man. You got your 8s. And he's going to put it up to 750,000 to go. That's one cold bowl of goulash, if you ask me, for the Hungarian.
You just don't know if you're sitting there with 2 7s. You say to yourself, would the guy really call it a raise before the flop with just an 8 in his hand?
Well, he likes to protect his mid pairs, doesn't trust anyone, this Hungarian. He's going to make the call.
Deuce of clubs comes off. Action back on Raymond. He's going to check. And Andras checks right behind him. Now a queen comes off. Again, no help to either player. Raymond checks the 2 8s.
8.
Andras checks right behind him, and Raymond Dolan is going to take this pot down.
23-year-old's getting closer to taking home $1.8 million. Will he do it? We're coming back with more action here on the World Poker Tour. Stay with us.
4 players left.
You can see Raymond Dolan now our chip leader with $6.2 million in chips. The blinds are going up to 50 and 100,000, Mike.
Well, Raymond, the youngest player at the table. His brother Tim Fan staked him in this event, and here he is with 4 players left as our chip leader.
To the action we go. Gevork quickly folding, and tree wing ever aggressive with just 10-9. Just going to call this time. Now it's on the young restaurant manager Raymond Dolan. He's got a king 10, youngest of 10 children. He's our chip leader, and he just calls as well. And Andras with a 6-5 of clubs.
Andras has the suited connectors. He's in the big blind. Nobody raised it yet, so he says, okay, let's have a flop. Again, we have 3-way action. Flop comes queen, 6 deuce.
Andras getting a piece of that with the 6s.
Now action's on Raymond, he checks.
Andras not going to bet his sixes, and Tree content to see the turn card. It's a deuce of spades, pairs the board.
So Andras still out in front with 2 pairs, sixes and deuces.
Raymond Dolan, though, with nothing, going to bet.
He's got the king high.
175,000.
And he's quickly called by Andras. Tree is going to get out of their way.
Down to the river we go.
Oh, no, another 6 comes off.
Perfect card for Andras, hits full house. 6 is full. Raymond checks to him.
Certainly he's going to bet 6 is full.
Yeah, 375,000.
If you're sitting in Raymond's seat, you're saying, you know, the guy didn't bet on the flop of the queen. He's so aggressive. He would have bet a pair, wouldn't he, on the flop if he'd have had one.
What are you trying to say? You should make this call?
I'm trying to say that even though he just has a king high here, I could see where he could think it'd be the best hand.
He'd like to be a hero, make his brother proud, but this time he's made this call. It's a bad one.
Unfortunately for him, the Hungarian at 6 is full and is going to take down this pot.
A little revenge there for Andras. He needed that.
Well, because this guy is so aggressive, Vince, you make calls like that. You know, aggressive players, as you know, get paid off a lot more on the river when they bet than tight players do.
All right, Raymond smarting a little bit, folds his hand. And now back on Andras. He quickly folds as well. Now Dr. Gevork with an ace-10.
Going
all in with the short stack. Only one to beat is Tree Wing. Tree has an ace-7 of clubs.
How much?
You know this guy's the tightest player at the table, Vince, but still, he's liable to make this move with king queen or king jack suited.
That's a pretty big bet.
You have a good hand.
You have a good hand?
Yes.
I have a pretty decent hand too.
Dr. Gevork trying to be honest, saying I have a very good hand.
Well, Tree always likes to ask him what they have. Does a lot of table talk.
If you double me up, best.
I don't want to double you up, is the problem. Call.
Wow, he's made the call.
Just after he made the speech, he didn't want to double him up. He makes the call, and most likely will double him up. As Gevork well out in front with the ace-10 against the ace-7. 10.
Gevork loving this.
Well, that's as bad as everything's gone for Gevork so far at this final table. All that could be amended right here if he doubles up. Well, the flop comes king 6-4 with 2 clubs. And Gevork is frowning because his opponent now has an ace-high flush draw and a backdoor straight draw.
Yes, he has. The doctor has to sweat out 2 cards to double up. Tree Wing with a good flop. Here comes the turn card.
When the 3 of spades comes off, now this gives Tree more outs. He now has a straight draw as well. He can win the pot with a 5, a 7, or a club.
Going to the river, and Dr. Gevork, making his first real killing of the evening, takes down that pot.
Well, for all the pain and misery he's been through, one all-in double-up makes up for it all, Vince. So Gevork 6 back down. We still have 4 players left in contention for the nearly $1.8 million first-place prize and then coveted WPT title.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Andy's 10,000 blinds, 50 and 100,000, and right now it's 23-year-old restaurant manager Raymond Dolan. He's our chip leader with 5.4 million in chips.
In second place is a venture capitalist out of Canada, Huynh. He's sitting on about 3.7 million. In third place, a professional poker player out of Hungary, Andras Koroknai. He's got nearly 3 million in chips. And in fourth place, local poker pro Gevork Kasabyan with about 2.8 million.
Through the action we go. Tree Huynh, first to act. He looks down at a pair of kings just like that.
And Vince, he's been far and away the most aggressive player at this final table, even though Andras has been aggressive as well.
250.
This time he's got the real deal. He's got 2 kings. He's going to raise it and make it $250,000 to go.
Into Raymond. His brother is poker pro Tim Fan. Very tough. He has a pair of 5s here.
Well, you always like to see a flop with a pair in case you flop those coveted trips. So he does make the call.
Next to act, Andras Koroknai. He's got ace-jack. Came here on a lark with his friends from Hungary to spend some time at the beach and play at the Commerce Casino. Little did he know he'd be going after $1.8 million.
Hold in.
Wow.
He's going all in right here. The fork goes out.
I'm all in.
Huynh says all in.
And Raymond folds his hand. So Tree has 2 kings. Andras has ace-jack. Tree has him covered. The Hungarian could be out unless he gets lucky here, Vince.
What a showdown we're seeing.
Well, the Hungarian looking for a bullet.
Time to flop.
Ace, one time. Ace.
That is the king of the 10. Wow, what
Queen, queen,
Andras can still win this pot if a queen comes off. If it comes 2 running spades, or if the board turns aces and another card.
Wow.
Tree flops 3 kings, but is not out of jail. Andras looking for a queen to make Broadway, an ace-high straight. Oh my God! Can you believe that?
No.
Now, Tree must catch a pair on the board, otherwise Andras is going to double up here. Unbelievable. A jack would give him a split pot. He needs an ace, king, 10, or queen to win the pot. Andras out front with 1 card to go. Here it comes.
Hold! Hold! One time, hold!
Wow! The 4 of spades comes off. The Hungarian gets very lucky there to take down that pot.
Just incredible. He has come back with a big suck out, and right now he's our new chip leader. The Hungarian, Andras making goulash out of the tree. 4 players remain going after $1.8 million. Stay tuned. We're coming back with more action here on the World Poker Tour. 23-year-old first to act, Raymond Dolan, has a pretty good ace-10 here.
The crowd still catching their breath, but with the drama of that last pot.
Raymond makes it $225,000 to go. Andras also with an ace-10.
Just hit lightning in the last pot. Double up to win a huge pot.
Raise.
He's going to re-raise, it looks like.
Got in this tournament on a $1,000 satellite, as 3 out of these 4 remaining players did. He's going to keep the pedal to the metal, no doubt about it.
$100,000. Dr. Gevork going out. Not really a doctor. I just love saying that, Mike.
Tree Huynh can't say anything right now.
I'm all in.
Wow. He says he's all in here.
A short stack. He has ace-queen, and he has pushed.
Well, Raymond goes out.
And Andras is going to call it.
So once again, Tree has the best hand. The last time he got burned with 2 kings. This time he has ace-queen against ace-10. Over $1.8 million in this pot. And Tree's tournament life on the line here.
Let's take a look at the flop.
And flop comes jack, 5 deuce. So far, so good for Tree. Ace queen out in front. Andras looking for a 10. Well, the queen comes off, but it's not over. Andras can catch the same hand he made a minute ago, a Broadway, an ace-high straight, and knock Tree out of this tournament. What about that? Back-to-back Broadway to knock a man out, Vince, and the same guy at that. Could it possibly be a king? No, a deuce comes off.
So Tree Huynh is going to be lucky there, doubling up.
Well, Vince, he shows you the same emotion here when he more than doubles up to stay alive as he did when he took that tough beat a minute ago. He's just rather stoic about it all.
The venture capitalist, not a professional player, has showed us so much. He is world-class in many ways, and he's going to survive right now. Back down to the felt, a very tight player. Dr. Gevork, 46 years old, out of Hollywood, California. He's going to fold this one. Now it's on the maestro, Tree Wing. He also folds. And Raymond now picking up ace queen of hearts.
Raymond Dolan is a 23-year-old restaurant manager, the youngest of 10 brothers and sisters. One of his brothers is a world-class poker player, Tim Fan, who actually staked him in this tournament.
Well, he made it $275,000 to Andras. Andras with a 9-8 of clubs.
Well, he's got the suited connectors, he's got the chip lead, he's got position. Just can't imagine he's getting away from this hand. And he's not. He's going to make the call.
Very shrewd player. Let's see if he gets lucky on this flop.
What a flop for Andras there. It's come 9-7-6 with 2 spades. No help at all for Raymond, but he's going to fire out a continuation bet with just the ace high, $375,000.
Andras here picks up top pair and a straight draw.
He's got the kind of hand, Vince, that you're going to play virtually. Doesn't matter what your opponent has, you're not drawing dead here.
Raise.
Andras has announced raise, and Raymond is not going to like it.
No, that's an additional $500,000 in your face, Raymond. And there's poker pro Tim Fan, Raymond's brother.
Oh boy. And right now you just want to take that hat and turn it around and pull it down over your eyes, don't you, Vince? I mean, you tried the continuation bet, and it's failed miserably here. So Andras taking down that pot, and Vince, he and his Hungarian friend are just having a ball here in L.A.
They may come out of here millionaires. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action from the L.A. Poker Classic on the World Poker Tour.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Poker Tour, the LA Poker Classic continues. A total prize pool of over $7 million. One of these players is going to walk away with close to $1.8 million. And right now, Andras Koroknai, he's our chip leader with $6.1 million in chips.
Well, he came to this final table as our chip leader, and then he was all in up against 3 kings, had to catch a straight to stay alive. He did so. Once again, he's the big chip leader.
To the table we go. Raymond Dolan, first to act, gets a king-queen.
Raymond, of course, the youngest brother, the legendary Tim Fan in the poker world.
And this time, younger brother Raymond with king-queen just calling, but Andras picking up a pair of 4s.
You always like to see flops with small pairs in hopes that you flop trips.
Not going to raise, just calling as well. Gevork with an ace-6 of clubs.
He's in position. But the ace-6 of clubs gets to see a pretty cheap flop, so he's going to make a call.
And Tree Wing.
And he's got the 8-5 of diamonds.
He's been the wild card here tonight, showing amazing guts.
But here he says, okay, let's have a flop. So we've got 4-way action with 4 players left. Something you don't see that often. Well, here comes a flop, 9-8-3.
And Tree got a piece of that pair of 8s. Everybody else, nothing.
Well, action's on Gevork.
Good.
He checks the ace high. Tree checks the pair of 8s.
Raymond checking and the Hungarian checking as well. We're going to the turn.
So we're having a little check fest here right now. 10 of spade comes on the turn. No help to anybody.
Yeah, Gevork going to check again. Tree with the 8s checking.
Well, Raymond does have a gut shot straight draw, and he's betting, Vince, 200,000 here.
Yep, see some weakness. They try to take advantage of it. And Andras going out. Gevork going out. Tree finds the termites in the tree. He goes away.
Well, there you go. Ironically, Raymond had the worst hand out of the 4, yet because he bet, he won that pot. It shows you how powerful aggression is in no limit hold'em.
Right back at him. Gevork now with a big hand, ace-king.
Raise.
First to act, and he's going to raise.
Because he plays so few pots, Vince, they all give him respect for having a big hand just like this one when he does come into a pot.
Tree wing out. Raymond, ace-6. Doesn't even consider it. Only one player to beat, and that is Andras. The chip leader as he looks over Gevork.
Well, he hates to give up anything, Vance, especially one of his blinds, but against this particular guy, who they all deem the tightest player at the table, he opts to fold and give it up.
Big cut.
And right now, Gevork's son Alan in the stands.
Honestly, my father, I think he's a great player because he always thinks about what he does. He's going to play his game. Even if he does lose, he knows he gave it all. There is a little gamble in it, but I don't believe in luck. I don't think it's luck. I think it's all strategy and it's timing. It's the long run, you know? It's not going to end today. He's going to be back for more.
All right, back to the money pit. Raymond Dolan throws away a 10-deuce. Hungarian beach boy Andras with a 6-7, also folding.
A little surprising. He plays most everything, but opts to give that hand up. And maybe wisely so, as Gevork picks up ace-10 out of the small blind. And just limps in, Vince. Does not raise with the ace-10 there. You can give Tree a free flop here. Tree only has a king-deuce.
They both square off, look at each other here.
And a king comes right on the flop. So just like that, Gevork has the gut shot straight draw.
So Gevork is checked.
But Tree has the best hand with 2 kings.
And Tree betting 100,000. Gevork's not going anywhere. Gevork's saying, I'm tired of getting pushed around. I don't believe you.
Another king comes off. This makes 3 of a kind for Tree. Gevork again checks. Tree contemplating what to do. Look at this, Vince. He's checking to camouflage the fact that he has 3 kings.
Yeah, down to the river we go. No help at the 9 of spades. But is Dr. Gevork going to take a shot at this with a bet?
Check.
No, he slows down and checks.
Well, certainly Tree's going to bet now with 3 kings.
275.
He's going to bet 275,000. Gevork can only beat a stone bluff right now. All he has is ace high.
But he's actually considering this perhaps because he's so tired of getting pushed around. He's going to make the call.
Well, his timing couldn't be worse here, Vince. He ran into 3 kings right there. And in my view, he bungled that hand from the get-go by not raising with the ace-10 out of the small blind. He lost control of the hand. He was put at a guess at the end. He guessed wrong. It cost him.
Tree extends his branches even bigger here on the World Poker Tour. We'll come back with more action. Stay with us. All right. Action going to Gevork. A quick fold by him. Tree wing also going out. Now Raymond Dolan with a king-7.
Well, he knew that's a mathematical favorite 2-card hand over a random 2-card hand. So he is going to raise it here. 260,000 to go.
With the Hungarian Andras with a king-4.
And sometimes when you raise with those hands that are mathematically slight favorites over random hands, you got to recognize who you're up against. In this case, it's the chip leader who likes to defend his blinds.
Certainly does. And he's not going anywhere.
Nope, he calls with the king-4. So right now, Raymond in good shape. It's king-7 against king-4. Let's see what happens. Well, it comes ace-7 deuce.
Raymond getting the 7s there. Nothing hitting for Andras.
He's got middle pair with great kicker.
Yep, he's first to act. He's getting chips out.
And he's going to bet 340,000 here.
Into Andras, who got none of that.
No.
But he is a stubborn European. He just doesn't like to give up hands.
Man, this is unbelievable. He's got no hand and no draw here. You see, he's very good at riffling chips. But I'm amazed he's counting out 340,000 here. He's making the call here with nothing.
Yeah, nothing but imagination. Sometimes that can get you in trouble. Let's see, maybe he'll try to steal the pot on the next card. 3 of diamonds.
Yeah, Vince, his problem is he doesn't get to act first. So it's hard to steal the pot if your opponent bets in front of you.
That's true, if he
Unless
bets.
you just want to come right over the top of him. That card does give Andras a straight draw. 5 would give him a wheel. But in the meantime, action back on Raymond. I raised before the floppy got called. He bet on the floppy got called. Will he fire yet again? What would Big Brother Tim do here? Well, he is going to bet, and a healthy bet at that. 560,000.
Just applying more and more pressure to the Hungarian. He is capable of doing anything, is Andras. Very astute player, great reader of players.
I got news for you. If he came over the top right now, a very difficult call for Raymond to have to make, but luckily for Raymond, that didn't happen. Andras finally folds his hand, and Raymond picks up a nice little top.
Yeah, enough is enough for the Hungarian, and we move on. Action going to Tree Wing. He has been so impressive, and he has an ace-9 this time. He's from Canada. Not a professional player.
Yeah, he's shown a lot of imagination, made some phenomenal calls. So this guy is doing it pretty good here tonight.
250.
Well, he makes it 250,000 to go with his ace-9. Raymond Dolan gets out of the way, and now Andras with an uneventful 6-7, not even suited.
Count him out with this hand. He is going to lay it down, though.
Finally. Now Gevork, though, with an ace-7.
Gevork has just been watching all these other guys play all these pots, raising back and forth, bluffing, doing a lot of things. He's just been trying to catch a big hand, hasn't been able to do it. Finally gets an ace-7 and is going to make a call with it.
So ace-9 versus ace-7. Look at this. Aces and 9s here for Tree.
Gevork checks 2 aces.
Yep.
And he could be getting a little trouble here with this hand. He called with the ace-7 offsuit. He's flopped top pair. Unfortunately for him, his opponent has flopped the top 2 pair.
3.
Just like that, Tree hollers out 300,000. Here's the beauty of making all those moves early. Because when you make so many moves, your opponents just finally don't believe you every time you bet. That may be the case here, and if it is, Gevork could be heading toward Whitewater.
Raise.
Uh-oh.
Gevork says raise. This is not going to be good for him.
This is very dangerous.
He's going to have to hit 2 running cards to win this pot, whether it's 2 cards to make a straight or 2 running 7s.
This is a slow train wreck before our very eyes. Put more chips out there.
I'm all in.
And Tree going back over the top, all in. Now, is there any way you don't call this, Mike?
But in my view, Gevork should recognize just with the sound of his voice there that he's got a hand. He's not on a draw here, meaning you could easily get away from the ace-7.
You have ace-king?
Did your hand get caught in the cookie jar?
Oh.
Did you just make a move on me there?
Interesting talk.
You have set. You have set in the flop or
going to the old Mike Sexton cookie jar line.
Well, Vance, he said he started playing poker after watching the WPT on TV. That proves to me that he does watch us.
The longer you take, the better I feel, so go ahead.
Well, he's right about that.
He's daring. All kinds of table talk. You gotta love this. Watch Gevork in a quandary.
Look how confident Tree sounds. I think as a player, you should pick up on that. And this would be an easy getaway here with this hand, I believe.
Ace no good.
How big's your ace?
Ace.
I know you have an ace. I'm just asking, like, how big is it?
Yeah.
Look how confident he seems. He doesn't care if he has an ace. That should put the caution light on right there.
I have ace. I call.
Oh, wow. Gevork has made the call, and he is not going to like it. Maybe all that table talk got him a call. But as it is, Gevork in dire straits. Gonna have to catch 2 running cards to win this pot. Whether it's 7-7 or 2 cards to make it straight.
Tree has him covered.
The Gevork family on the rail. Very frustrated by the whole evening. Dr. Gevork could be out of here. He needs to get real lucky.
I mean, if it comes 8-8, they would split the pot, but right now things looking very dim for Gevork. Well, there's a 7, so it's not over yet. Gevork shaking his head no, but he got lightning there. If he hits one more 7, he's going to win this pot. Could it possibly come 7-7 to win this pot?
I eat this paper if he hits a 7. That's all there is to it.
Oh, wow. No! Well, 9 comes off, so one of them made the full house, but the Gevork, it was the wrong one. So Huynh picks up that pot. Gevork is going to be our 4th place finisher, Vince.
Yeah. Fun to watch him play. What a grinder Gevork is. Going to pick up $450,000 for his effort here in Los Angeles. And that's going to do it from the guy from Hollywood, California. We're down to 3 players. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour. And the play goes to Andras from Hungary. First to act, he's got a queen 6 of diamonds. The lucky player that came out here for a little vacation in the sun on the beach of Redondo Beach with his buddies. Took a shot at this tournament and now could become a millionaire.
Well, we've already seen how aggressive he is. He is not slowing down just because we're down to 3 players. He raised it here to $260,000 for the queen 6.
Tree wing. He's got a pretty solid ace-10.
He knows Andras is a very aggressive player, could raise with any 2 cards as he's done here. So what do you do with ace-10?
720.
Tree's going to bump it up to $720,000.
Well, that's a healthy raise, Vince. Nearly a $500,000 re-raise here.
Next to the line, Raymond Dolan.
Well, look at this, Vince.
Whoa.
Incredibly has picked up 2 kings. He's the current chip leader. The pot's been raised and re-raised in front of him. You gotta love it.
$2 million.
Well, he's gonna bet $2 million. He's not gonna fool around either. He's pulling out the heavy artillery.
Andras losing interest, mucks his hand.
And I can assure you the tree is not gonna like it here.
Not at all. This is a chainsaw to the old tree right here. And he's gonna fold.
Well, indeed he does. So Raymond Dolan extends his chip lead. Vince, what's incredible to me is that the 3 remaining players are playing in their first ever WPT event. That is unbelievable. Something I don't think we've ever seen happen before, certainly in the last couple seasons on the World Poker Tour. It just shows you, folks, that anybody who gets an opportunity to play in a WPT event can do it. These 3 guys are fighting for the title.
Boy, this is what happens in your first tournament. You are hooked for life. That's all there is to it. You're a lifer. All right, action going back to Raymond. Picked up King's last hand, ace-6 of hearts this time. He's going to raise it to $300,000. And Andras behind him with an ace-jack.
Well, every time he's had that ace-jack, he's raised it. I don't care who's bet in front of him or what they've done.
Raise.
He's going to be consistent. He's raising it here too.
Yep. Looks like a total of $775,000.
Tree's got the 7-11 hand. He gets out.
Yep.
So we're back to Raymond, the chip leader. Got him covered by about 1.7 million. Just doesn't trust this Hungarian whatsoever. He's going to make the call here with the ace-6 of hearts. So big pot brewing here. Over 1.7 million in the pot right now.
Here's the flop.
Well, flop comes ace, queen, deuce. Both players have flopped a pair of aces. Andras, of course, has way the bigger kicker and is in great shape. Now Raymond's staring him down. See if it does him any good, if he can read this man. Well, certainly. Andras going to make a continuation bet here. $875,000.
Be very careful, Raymond.
Now, Vince, you call a raise before the flop, you hit top pair. Tough to get away from it, especially against a guy like this who could bet on any 2 cards like he does a lot of the time.
Raise.
And he's going to raise it.
Well, going to test the water right here.
Test the quicksand, you mean?
Well, I don't blame him.
2 million.
He's going to make it 2 million straight.
Oh, this could get ugly very fast.
Leave. All in.
Well, he's going all in here.
Yeah, he's saying, you got me beat, you got me beat. I'm pushing it.
How much more?
Well, it's about 1.7 million more, which is a lot right now at this stage of the game. Recognize how much money jumps from one place to the next from here out. Going from third to second is well over 300,000, and going from third to first is 1.1 million.
But you've already put in close to 2.8 million.
Well, that's virtually all you can beat here is a flush draw or a bluff. No doubt about that. And the problem is, even if he's got a flush draw, you're not that big a favorite. So Raymond is feeling the pressure right now as to what to do. He does know this guy's capable of anything, but he's got to be saying to himself, you know, would this guy commit all his chips with a third raise with absolutely nothing into the chip leader? I wouldn't think so. But then again, we've seen how aggressive he plays. And
I call.
Raymond's going to make the call with the 2 aces. He's not going to like it when Andras turns up his hand. Well, there you see the grimace look on Raymond's face. A massive pot of over 9 million here. And Raymond's going to have to get very lucky to win it. Have to catch a 6 to win it. A deuce would give him a split pot right now. But he is up against it. Well, the ace comes on the turn. So both players have 3 aces. It's a pretty good card for Raymond in that he can tie the hand with a king, queen, or a deuce. He can win the hand with a 6.
You'd love a tie right now.
Everybody holding their breath.
It's all coming down to this card right now.
A 10 comes off. So Andras has won the biggest pot of the night so far. A monster pot of over 9 million.
One step closer to that 1.8 million. Stay with us, we're coming back with more action here on the World Poker Tour. Down to the table we go. Action on Tree Wing. Tree with the button has an ace deuce.
250.
And he's going to make it 250,000 to go. Tree, a 32-year-old venture capitalist out of Vancouver, Canada.
Raymond folds his jack 8, but look at Andras. Picks up a pair, ladies, just like that.
Andras, a poker pro out of Hungary. Says he likes to play aggressive like all the great Europeans do.
Raise.
He says raise. How much can he milk from the tree? He's going to make it 700,000 to go.
Yeah, action's on Tree here. He's going to lay his hand down. He shows him an ace.
Sure.
So Andras takes down yet another pot.
The guy that came out here to rent a beach house in L.A. Yeah, the funny thing is, when I rent a beach house, I get my wallet stolen. These guys win tournaments.
The whole Hungarian poker community is rooting for him. He would be really quite famous there, so yeah, it's a big deal. He's loose aggressive. He likes to put the pressure on the opponent, and yeah, he isn't waiting for preview hands all the time or stuff like that, so I guess he has a good shot to win.
That's the guy we just saw in that interview, Andras' buddy Peter. He came in 46th place in this tournament himself. He cashed out 28,000. Seems like a mere pittance compared to what Andras is going to cash out there.
This time I'm just picking a queen 10. He's first to act, he has the button, and he says all in. I'm going to power through this.
Wow.
Tree with an ace 3.
He's got the best hand, but he's not going to gamble here with it.
Will Raymond Dolan with a queen 8? Nope.
So power poker there by the Hungarian, taking down another pot.
Well, that's Tree and Raymond up against the Hungarian. Can they slow him down? We will find out when we return on the World Poker Tour.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Restaurant manager of the restaurant Tom Found Cow folds this hand.
All in.
And now the Hungarian going to go all in with Jack 10.
Now he's just putting pressure on the guy right now.
And Huynh cannot compete with his 9 deuce. So the chip leader applying a lot of pressure, and it's going to work.
Power poker at its finest by the Hungarian now. He's got the chips, and he is going to step on these guys.
Yeah, knows how to play good short-handed poker. Action going right back at him. He's got a queen 3, but this time, going to take a breather. Give the other guys a chance for a second.
All in.
Tree Huynh with a queen 9 says all in.
He's going to try the all-in play.
Magic words, it's going to work. Raymond goes away.
So Tree learning from Andras there. He said, look, he went all in on me and won the pot. I'm going to try it here on my guy that's in the big blind.
Tree Huynh, 32 years old. Born in Vietnam, moved to Canada when he was 5. Very successful businessman and an incredible poker player. Takes a look at his hand. Pair of jacks, just like that. Nice hand.
Gonna cap his card. Let's see what he's gonna bet. He's taking his time here, trying to figure out how much to bet. He's got twice as many chips as the third place guy right now. Huge difference in prize money, 1.1 million between third place and first.
400.
But he's come in for 400,000.
Okay. Raymond from Fountain Valley, California. No, he'll fold an ace-7.
Oh, and look at this. Andras has picked up ace-king. He's got big slick. We could see big fireworks here between the 2 chip leaders.
2.5 million.
I'll be shocked if he didn't do well in here.
All in.
Well, that's what he's going to do. He says all in. And this is almost auto call, I would think. And yes, he eventually has to do it.
Well, he calls, but does it with a little concern, Vince. He understands if he loses this pot, he's out of here in third place. Big difference between second place prize money and third, as well as first and third, obviously. But right now, we've got a classic coin flip, a race situation. Folks, how would you like to flip a coin for $1.1 million? That's essentially what these guys could be doing right now.
Right, it's a big opportunity for Raymond. If Tree should happen to get eliminated, Raymond would slip into second place. Who is Lady Luck going to shine on this time? Will it be the businessman or the Hungarian?
There it is! Wow! A king right on the flop. And right now, the Tree must catch a jack, or he's going to be eliminated in third place.
The chainsaw is out. It is halfway down. Yep. They're cutting the tree. Fourth tree coming up. Let's take a look.
A 9 comes off, so we are down to the river. If the Tree doesn't catch a jack on the river, his tree is going to be chopped down, and he'll be out of here in third place.
Oh, boy. The Tree stands for one last try. He needs to get lucky. Here comes the river.
It's a 10. Wow!
Timber!
The Hungarian guy's giving their man a hug, but notice that Raymond Dolan's fans are hugging him as well. He's become a millionaire too. Tough luck for Tree.
The Tree has finally fallen. 665,000 richer. But that's going to do it for him. 2 players remain going after a title. Stay tuned. We'll come back with the action in just a moment. Out in forward 13.5 million. He has 90% of the chips.
Yeah, the Hungarian well out front. Raymond Dolan of the U.S. with 1.4 million in chips.
They both got game, a few double ups. Who knows what's going to happen? Let's go down to the felt.
But Vince, we know how quickly things can turn around playing heads up, no limit hold'em. If, for example, Raymond won 3 pots in a row, he'd be the big chip leader.
Action going to Andras. He's got a queen, 8 of hearts.
All in.
And he's got a power punch. He says all in.
And just has a queen 4 offsuit.
I call.
Whoa, he's made the call.
I'm shocked by this. He's got 1.4 million in chips. I don't think it's necessary to move all in or make a call with that hand, Vince. It's one thing to move in with it. It's another to call with it.
Well, the blind's only 75, 150, so possibly a mistake. Who knows? Maybe he'll get lucky.
And he's going to have to get lucky to stay alive, no doubt about that. Well, the Hungarian all excited. He knows this could do it right here if his hand holds up.
Yep, he has his queen 8 up against queen 4 for Raymond.
Everybody on their feet here at the Commerce Casino. This tournament could be over